Podcast Doesnt Exist, episode 59, man. Coming at you 60, right?
59.
59. So close to 60. Speaking of 60, we had a player headbutt a baseball over the wall. And you want to guess who that was, Jack? If you had to think of one baseball player who would headbutt a ball over the wall, who do you think that would be?
Ooh. Ronald Acuna.
Wrong. Joe Adell, the guy who robbed 3 home runs in a row. Best defensive game of all time, has one of the worst plays of all time. You really don't like to see that. But we saw that. A third base coach on the field in the middle of the game. Third base coach streaking on the field. Remember when the Red Sox fired all of their coaches, including the third base coach?
Yeah.
Well, they got a new third base coach. This third base coach, changing the game up, runs on the field in the middle of a play. Max Muncy almost killed a guy.
And himself.
Yes. I wish we had some of these clips. It's all right, though. They'll figure it out. Great.
We don't have any of these clips?
I guess that I didn't link any of these clips.
I'm pulling all of them up, but it's not too late. I can share the Muncie one.
Well, share the Muncy one here, dude. He almost killed a guy. I mean, Muncie's a big guy. Bang! Goes the dynamite. And is Muncie okay?
They're both okay.
Everyone's okay. Careful. The greatest baseball player in history is having the greatest season in baseball history. Who do you think that is, Jack? Shohei Ohtani. You called it. And the biggest psychopath in baseball is in a full-out war with the Tigers. More beefs, more Tigers beefs. Jacob Mizorowski set a record for the fastest pitch ever thrown by a starter in MLB history. 104 miles per hour for Jacob Mizorowski. So he has the 47 fastest pitches ever thrown by a starting pitcher. He's thrown all of them this year. On Saturday, he threw 104 miles per hour. Imagine getting smoked with one of these right in the head. Well, that's what happened to Tyler Freeman. Play this clip. Boom, shakalaka.
Damn. Run it back real quick.
Right in the head. Scary moment. 98 was just a cutter, only 98 miles per hour. Turns out Tyler Freeman is fine. He was removed from the game, but he's going to be okay. So, with great power comes great responsibility, Mizorowski. But let's get on to Shohei Ohtani. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, he's been in the news. I mean, he's been the best player of all time. You know, somehow he's always going under the radar while being the only thing anyone can talk about because he's just that good, where it is really, Shohei definitely dominates the MLB's public conversation. He really dominates the conversation. MLB, like their Twitter, they glaze him 24/7. They're posting Shohei clips every day. Their YouTube channel is all Shohei clips, millions of views, but he's still somehow underappreciated somehow because he's just that fucking good. Let's just talk about May and the pitchers in May, including Shohei Ohtani. You had Mizorowski. That's the man that we just brought up. A tall drink of water, fresh out the egg, gooey with it. In the month of May, Jacob Mizorowski faced 136 batters. He struck out 41.9% of them, threw the fastest pitch of all time by a starter. 48 of the 40 fastest pitches ever thrown by a starter were thrown by Jacob Mizorowski in May. Okay, he threw 241 pitches over 100 miles per hour in May, faced 136 batters, gave up one extra base hit. Okay, batters slugged 101 against him. That is the lowest slugging percentage over a calendar month in MLB history. Opponents batted 109 against him, lowest of any starter in baseball, highest K percentage in baseball, lowest FIP in baseball, lowest whip in baseball, highest WAR of any pitcher in baseball. Wasn't even the best pitcher of the month. Who do you think that was, Jack? You already you took too long. You were wrong. It was actually, well, according to MLB, Christopher Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez won NL Pitcher of the Month. He pitched 39 innings. He faced 143 batters, didn't give up a single run all month. Holy crow. Holy crow, man. Went an entire month without giving up a run. He's one of 3 pitchers in the last 126 years to go 50 innings without giving up a run. Went 50 2/3 without giving up a run. That's more than any left-handed pitcher in history. Went the entire month without giving up a run, but not even he is the best pitcher in baseball. Who's that, Jack?
Shohei Ohtani.
Give him the applause.
Boom. How'd you know?
You still sick, buddy?
Always sick, bro. I'm sick nasty with
A lot of allegations out there.
What are they saying?
Everyone thought you were on cocaine.
Hey, believe what you want to believe, motherfuckers. Only Coke I do. Diet.
Diet Coke. Not a sponsor yet.
Not a sponsor yet. They say it causes cancer.
No. No, they don't say that.
I don't think we're gonna get that sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm on Coke. Diet Coke.
Whoa.
Because it's about to be summertime. You got to be ripped for summer.
Oh, no!
So Shohei Ohtani is actually better than both of them because Shohei Ohtani, month of May, 5th lowest ERA in baseball, right? Batters hit 131 against him, right? That's second in MLB. Third lowest whip in MLB. Have you heard about his sweeper? So Shohei Ohtani's throwing this sweeper. He threw 150 sweepers in May. 150 sweepers, allowed one hit. Only one sweeper got hit in May. Most unhittable pitch in baseball right now is Shohei Ohtani's sweeper. He's thrown it 286 times this year. Only 4 players have got hit off it. That is a .70 batting average. .070 batting average. Lowest average on any pitch in MLB. So Ohtani, since May 1st, has given up 3 runs. Ohtani, since May 1st, has hit 5 home runs. Ohtani has hit more home runs than he's allowed runs. I keep thinking it's the bomb. It's not the bomb. Let that sink in. He had a 1.08 ERA in May while hitting .289 with an .891 OPS. Gave up 3 runs all month and had 18 RBIs. This guy had 6 times more runs driven in than he had runs allowed. And it begs the question, is Shohei Ohtani having the best season of all time? And honestly, he's on pace to have by far the best season of all time.
Something like 13.5 wins above replacement.
13.5 wins above replacement, and we'll let that sink in at home if you know what that means.
How does it compare to last season?
He's blown last season out of the water because last season he didn't even pitch, brother.
Oh, that's right. It was all just like tension.
Well, he did pitch, but he didn't pitch like as much as he's pitching now. But we're
Wow.
talking about a guy who this year, Shohei Ohtani, has given up 5 earned runs. So in 10 starts, he's allowed 5 earned runs. He has 2 more home runs hit this year than he has runs allowed this year. Christopher Sanchez didn't give up a single run all month. Not a single run in the month of May. Went 50 2/3 innings without giving up a single run. Most of any left-handed pitcher in history. And his ERA is 2 times higher than Shohei Ohtani. Oh, by the way, he's got the highest OPS in the National League. So right now, Shohei Ohtani leads the National League in OPS and ERA. The best pitcher in the NL is the best hitter in the NL, and that's never happened in baseball history. History, more like his story. What's this, right?
Yeah.
Must be her story, but Shohei's
Right.
a guy. So we're talking about his
Right.
story. When we're talking history, it's because this is the thing. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, Shohei Ohtani, greatest baseball player on earth." Shohei Ohtani, he's the greatest athlete on earth. I'm like, Shohei Ohtani might be the best person on earth.
That's true. Like all around, all encompassing.
Name one better person on earth right now.
Like he's the Kobe of baseball, but Kobe was kind of a dick.
Kobe, Colorado, look it up, dude. Shohei never did that kind of shit.
Exactly.
Allegedly, all alleged. But listen, all I'm saying is you can't compare Shohei Ohtani to Kobe in terms of like cool person. I guess you can because it's Mamba mentality. That's up there. But I mean, greatest guy on earth. Name one guy better. And Kobe's dead. He didn't even count. Rest in peace.
I feel like John Krasinski's a pretty good guy.
Who's that?
Guy from The Office, Jim.
I think
Jim?
he has some detractors out there.
Jim, what's his fucking batting average, brother?
I don't know.
Fuck Jim. Shohei Ohtani. Brother, Shohei Ohtani has a .79 ERA. According to Sarah Langs, Ohtani has the 3rd lowest ERA in history through a player's first 10 starts. So he's the best pitcher in history. 3rd best pitcher in history through 10 starts, according to ERA, which I believe is the most important stat. Right now, Shohei Ohtani, lowest ERA in baseball, lowest whip in baseball, lowest batting average, opponent batting average in baseball, while batting 300 and slugging 324. So he currently has the highest on-base percentage in the NL, highest OPS in the NL. And right now, according to OPS in Major League Baseball, I think Shohei Ohtani is 3rd Wait, they have to perform a security check before I double check this.
Ohtani is third in OPS.
And
Rodon Alvarez, Ben Rice, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, fuck those other guys. Why are we even mentioning them? They don't even pitch.
They don't pitch. They haven't pitched a single inning in their life.
Pussy men.
The crazy thing is last month we were talking about Ohtani slumping at the plate. And since then, I feel like a lot of his pitching has been getting the talk. But since May 12th, he's hitting .419, has a .510 on base percentage, a .721 slugging, 5 homers, a 1.231 OPS.
Yes. So
while being a pitcher with a .53 ERA.
Since May 12th. Since May 13th, Shohei Ohtani leads the league in OPS, leads the league in slugging, leads the league in on-base percentage, leads the league in batting average. Also made 4 starts, giving up 1 run in those starts. That's a .38 ERA in 4 starts. Unless you had something different.
No, I had that set at the 15th for the pitching, and then I went back, and then you said .08.
Debunked. Mitchell debunked in real time. Sucks to suck. Was going to gloss over it. Totally fucking lied to the audience.
Freaking.
Mute his mic. Mute his mic.
All right, do it.
So listen, man. So when we're talking Shohei Ohtani, man, we're talking about one of the guys who's out there he's not being one of the guys. He's being one of the guys. Of all the guys ever, he's the guy.
I thought you were going to say he's not being one of the guys. He's being one of the gods.
He's being one of the gods. He is. I mean, come on, baseball gods. I heard the baseball gods, they send someone down every about 100 years. And they did that with Babe Ruth. And then they did that with Shohei Ohtani. He's the only comparison.
That's so funny. She'd be like, the great debate over who's the greatest baseball player of all time, Babe Ruth or Shohei Ohtani. It's like, can you imagine?
Basically,
the head-to-head.
The head-to-head is Babe Ruth, Shohei. I mean, maybe people say Barry Bonds. Maybe people say Hank Aaron.
Willie
Mays. But they don't have the lowest ERA in baseball, lowest whip in baseball, lowest batting average in baseball. Okay, so Shohei Ohtani this year, he's on pace to have a 13.55 WAR. All right? That's more than the entire roster of the Colorado Rockies and the Washington Nationals had combined last season. So Shohei Ohtani by himself is on pace to be more valuable than 2 entire franchises over an entire season. The last person with more than 13.5 WAR was Babe Ruth. That was 1923. You might be thinking, I don't remember that. Because the TV wasn't even invented yet, bitch. They didn't even invent car radio yet, brother. Bubblegum had not been invented the last time someone had a 13.5 WAR season. And Shohei Ohtani, as of now, that's what he's pacing for. Tommy Bond did it in 1878. Okay? He did it by pitching 532 innings. He pitched 59 complete games and got 40 wins that year. Led the league with 182 strikeouts. So Shohei Ohtani is on pace to get more strikeouts than Tommy Bond's. What is his name? Than Tommy Bond's historic 1878 season while pitching 321 less innings than him.
You look up Tommy Bond, not even the Tommy Bond pitcher. That's how important Tommy Bond was.
Tommy Bond was very important, bro. I saw his baseball reference. He's from Ireland.
He is from Ireland.
Cork, right?
Grenard.
Tommy McBond.
Shout out to all.
That's your Irish accent?
Well, it's hard to say Tommy McBond.
Tommy Bond.
Well, you don't do yours
Tommy
again.
McBond.
Okay.
You're adding a Mick?
I can't not add a Mick.
We got to go to Ireland together. We got to work on that, boys. Oi, you fucking guys, guys.
Fucking Tommy.
Yeah, you
Bond.
fucking Tommy Fam. Fucking. Fucking gosh. Gosh damn it. So Shohei Ohtani. Oh, fair play to him.
South African. That's a good South African
Listen,
accent.
this guy's got an OPS over 40 points higher than Juan Soto. He's got an OPS higher than Juan Soto, the highest paid baseball player of all time, while having the lowest ERA in baseball. Let that sink in. Shohei Ohtani. Pretty good guy. So he made a start this week against the Diamondbacks. Didn't go well for the Diamondbacks. 6 shutout innings for Ohtani, 6 Ks, 2 hits, 1 walk. Gave up 3 base runners while going 3 for 4 with 2 walks. So Shohei Ohtani got on base 5 times and only allowed 3 base runners. Shohei Ohtani by himself got on base more than the entire opposing lineup got the entire game. And so as we stand now, leads the league in OPS, leads the league in RBI. Since debuting in 2018, Shohei Ohtani has the 3rd most home runs in baseball and the 2nd best ERA in baseball. What the hell? He has broken the mold, everybody. And guess what? His team is doing pretty good too. So, turns out spending $421 million on your roster, that works. The Dodgers, 18-6 since May 13th, best record in MLB, scored the most runs in MLB since then, has given up the least runs since then. So the best pitchers and the best hitters at the same time, which turns into the best record in MLB. They got a 2.17 team ERA since then. Starters have a 1.94 ERA. Over 23 starts, their team as a whole, starting pitchers, 1.94 ERA. And don't look now, but Rocky Sasaki did exactly what I said he was going to do. Called it. I told you guys to clip it when I saw it. But, Rocky Sasaki got off to a, pretty freaking bad start. And the thing about Rocky Sasaki is that I'm going to go to his stats right now and show you how bad he was his first, I don't know, however many, month and a half. It was really bad, right? He had a 5.88 ERA, which is really bad. But then also, if you go back to his spring training stats where he had like a 10 ERA, it's even worse. So Rocky Sasaki looked like he was burnt toast. The Dodgers said, guess what, man? We're gonna trust in you. We don't really need to win games for the best team of all time. We're all gonna figure out. Let's make you start anyway. And it worked out. Last 4 starts, 1.48 ERA for Rocky Sasaki, 10.7 Ks per 9, a .74 whip for Roki. He hit 100 miles per hour this week. 100.6 mile per hour fastball on Friday, averaged 98.3 on his fastball. Last season, his average fastball was 96.1. So he's added 2.2 mile per hour to his fastball this year. Not freaking bad. 1.48 ERA in his last 4 starts. Only the 3rd best starter on his team during that stretch, though. So how do you have a 1.48 and still your middle rotation guy? Well, that's because you pitched for the Dodgers during that same time frame. Shohei Ohtani, 3.8 ERA, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 0.99. So the guys from Japan have come over to America. They've put on the Dodgers hat, the Dodgers shirt, the Dodgers socks, the Dodgers cleats, and they have become the best 1-2-3 in baseball history. Mitchell?
Sasaki by
You're supposed to say
F4,
no.
You never know.
Because
What, you're going to say that there's not a chance that they could have the best 1-2-3 starting
in
rotation
baseball
in baseball history?
there's a chance, but I don't know. Hey. Honestly, the Dodgers, I guess, as a rotation in general, definitely have a chance to be the best starting staff in baseball history. Because those are the 3 guys we just mentioned. If Roki Sasaki is this good and you add Tyler Glasnow, who's hurt, and Blake Snell.
Well, Blesky had 2 bad games, or 3 bad games, really. No, just 2. He didn't pitch well against the Braves, but he pitched 8 2/3 innings. He didn't pitch well against the Brewers, but his last 2 starts, 1 run allowed, 0 runs allowed. This is their 5th starter. He has a 2.62 ERA.
He is their 5th starter right now, but in reality, he's their 7th, 8th starter.
I don't think they were committed to him starting at all this season, except for like a few injuries. And I think he was getting the weird in-between starts that Shohei wasn't taking initially at the start of the season. This guy is not a part of their rotation plans. He has a 2.62 ERA.
It is funny. I said that originally like being a jokester. Best 1-3 punch in baseball history.
And now you got to reconsider it.
But genuinely, they do have a chance this season to probably have like the best starting staff of all time. We got to check the numbers, and I'm sure, we got to look at Tommy Bond's staff back in 1878. I'm sure they had a great staff that year. But fuck, man, Yamamoto, if Ohtani's continuing to be the best pitcher in MLB, like, fuck. And then Roki Sasaki.
There's only been one pitcher better than Sasaki in the last, 2.5 weeks by F4. It's Jacob Mizorowski. And then Sasaki is decimal points ahead of Christopher Sanchez. Yeah,
we'll see how sustainable it is, but like I'm over here ready to buy into Sasaki. I know they're saying that he's throwing like a new splitter. He changed his splitter. I don't know the specifics on that, but he's changed his stuff. Obviously, his velocity is up a lot. The guy was highly touted for a reason, throwing 103, throwing back-to-back perfect games damn near in Japan at 19 years old. I mean, he definitely has the stuff and the physical capability to be elite. So, yeah, if Roki Sasaki continues this year and ends the year with a 2.6 ERA, I personally wouldn't be too surprised by that. It would be a testament to the Dodgers franchise. But like I said before, the fact that they didn't send this guy down and kept throwing him every 6 days really was, to me, a testament of, like, this is someone you should believe in. Because if the Dodgers feel this way, then why not you? You think you're smarter than the Dodgers? You're not God. You're not the Dodgers. You're not smarter than the Dodgers. Give it up for Rocky Sasaki. Also, during this stretch, we're sucking off the Dodgers pitching staff, where they had a 1.94 ERA. Offense had the most runs in baseball. Here's where it gets scary, too. While they had the most runs in baseball during that same time frame, Mookie Betts had a 627 OPS, Kyle Tucker had a 662 OPS, and Teoscar Hernandez didn't even play. So Blake Snell doesn't pitch, Tyler Glasnow doesn't pitch, Mookie Betts doesn't hit for shit, Kyle Tucker sucks ass, Teoscar Hernandez doesn't play, and they have the best offense and the best pitching staff in baseball.
Wait.
Did Glasnow pitch?
No, Hernandez has played in that span.
Oh, how many games?
14.
Shut the front door, dude.
He has a 192.
He's been hurt.
Plus.
Since May 13th or what did I say? I don't even know my time frame, bro. Since May 3rd, when did Teoscar get hurt? Either way, right? I mean, if he's played, he wasn't playing well.
No, he was playing well.
Oh, he was playing well?
192 WRC plus.
Okay, Mitchell debunked me. So,
but he hasn't played since May 29th.
May 29th. So there, in a sense, I'm correct. A big chunk of that, he didn't even play at all. Give it up for me. Because I was right on the money. Ohtani and Freeman have been going off, and then they have this guy named Ward who's like going off, you know, call up a guy named Ward, basically an NPC on the Dodgers, best player in baseball. The Dodgers have like 6 best players in baseball. I think Ohtani's the best player in baseball. I also think Andy Pages is also the best player in baseball. He leads the NL in WAR, I guess, according to Baseball Reference, which makes no sense because I guess they don't count Ohtani.
It's the defense.
Well, it's not. I'm just saying, like, Ohtani's on the same team as him, and they like make his WAR in bold because he leads the NL in WAR. When Ohtani, like, if you
is he leading an NL hitting WAR? Probably.
Yeah, I guess they don't combine Ohtani's pitching and hitting in this bracket, but whatever. It's not important either way. 3.8 WAR leads the league in RBIs for Andy Pages. Pretty good for Pages. Max Muncy's also been underrated as shit this year. He's been fucking 852 OPS. Not freaking bad. Mookie Betts, he might be actually washed up.
Yeah, I think the weight loss thing kind of hurt him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Mookie Betts really hasn't hit well for over a year now.
When you're a small guy and you lose 20 pounds right as the season begins, like he did last year, it's going to be a hard year to catch up. And then he got injured this year.
True. You got something to say, Jack? You were rearing up to say something about Mookie, man. I saw that.
I feel like I thought for a second Mitch was thinking that happened this year with Mookie, but I was going to remind him it was last year. So I feel like
we're on your ass today, Mitchell. We're going for
is it related to his current success?
If Jack hit Mitchell with the fact check, that would be a legend.
Because also, I don't know if you remember last season,
at
the start of last season, Mookie Betts came back skinny as hell, and he was like killing it.
It's right. The first week. See, people think Jack's paying attention, man.
If it happens on this podcast, I remember it.
Jack is paying attention. Always paying attention. Don't get lazy around this guy. So the Dodgers are the only team in the division right now with the positive run differential. Padres won 1 game this week, only 2 games of their last 12. The Diamondbacks have lost their last 3 series. So the Dodgers now 99.8 chance to make the playoffs and a 98.6% chance to win the division. Dodgers damn near wrapped it up in June, guys. Let's actually double check their playoff odds because I checked this yesterday and they might have even gone higher. I'm waiting for the Dodgers to get that 100%. They might break the record. 99.8% chance to make the playoffs, like I said, and a 98.6% chance to win the division.
Their playoff odds on June 5th were 99.9, and then they won the next game, and it went down to 99.8. I'm really wondering what's going on, Fangraphs.
That is weird because, the Padres didn't do anything about that. They've been dog shit.
And the Diamondbacks definitely didn't do anything.
Both have been dog shit. The Padres are 5-13. So on May 18th, the Padres got in first place. There was one day the Padres made it to first place, beat the Dodgers, made it to first place. Since then, they are 5-13, second worst record in baseball, and by far the worst offense. The Padres have scored 46 runs since then. That's the worst offense in baseball. The second worst offense in baseball has scored 11 more runs than them. Last in average, last in on-base percentage, last in slugging, last in OPS. Manny Machado is having a god-awful season, and he has this quote about analytics that made him look kind of, I guess, depends. I mean, you're an analytics guy, Mitch.
I think he doesn't know what he's talking about.
And how did you feel about this quote? Do we want to play the quote? Let's play the quote real quick if we have the capacity to do so. Because you know me, I'm not the biggest analytics guy. I'm a feel guy. I like the human element. I like the old school bravado. I like a player talking shit about analytics. I think Manny Machado kind of goes a little too far here.
Wish we can get the analytics out the way. I think there's too many stats out there. Too many stats. Way too many numbers. I don't even know half of the stuff that goes up there. I look at the board sometimes and I'm like, man, I even ask some of the guys, like, what is WCCVBB, whatever it is? Like what are these names that are being created? I mean, it's just crazy to even keep up with.
I feel him, bro.
I love that guy actually tells him a stat. Was that a real stat?
I think he's saying it's WRC plus.
The announcer was like, the broadcast, the fucking reporter was also wrong. That's not what he was talking about. You thought Manny Machado was saying that. But Manny was making a joke. What is WB dub 4 times for the 3.141? He's like roasting, math. And the guy's like, actually, it's the way to run square plus. Play the rest of the quote if we can.
That's crazy. Dude, I mean, the pitching stuff, like FIP or something like that, I think, right? For
Fielding independent pitching.
Like, what is that?
It's taking out the defense.
That's relatable, honestly.
All right, so why would you have that stat?
Isn't baseball how much of a stud a guy really is?
Yeah, but it takes a team to win a ball game, and not just one person.
True.
Yeah, one person could be that guy, right? So one person could carry a team, but this is a team sport. You don't win a championship by just one player. It takes a whole goddamn village to do it. So why are we creating these stats for? I think that's the problem with baseball right now.
That's the problem with baseball right now, is stats. And listen, man, you probably want, the problem is, what is his stats right now?
He has the lowest batting average in baseball. He has a 169 batting average.
Okay, so it's funny because that is the most traditional stat that everyone knows. So it's like all these advanced stats are making me look bad, bro. You're hitting 169.
Well, it's just hilarious to have bad stats and be like, you know what? I think everybody's focusing way too much on stats.
Fuck the stats.
It's like when you're 5'4", like being tall, it's overrated.
Right? It takes the whole team. Look at the rest of the team's stats. They suck too. And honestly, Manny, you got a good point there. If that was your point. The rest of the team's stats are not great. Castellanos just got cut
in Philadelphia.
I think didn't they cut him before he got to
Philadelphia? They went to Philadelphia. They played one game. He's out there signing autographs. Didn't play that game. The next day he gets DFA'd.
Oh Lord. I thought they were like doing him a favor, like, hey man, we don't want to cut you there. It's gonna be awkward. You're gonna have to talk to the big bad Philadelphia press.
No, they let him talk to the media in Philadelphia, and then they cut him.
Okay, had to get a couple more good quotes out of him. Well, maybe he probably got like a tribute in Philly. I'm guessing. You think so? I feel like Nicholas Castellanos deserves a nice tribute.
I do too, but it ended so badly. I don't know if the Phillies gave him, the nice little video board with him hitting like 20 home runs off the Braves in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's dangerous because they might boo his ass in Philly. Perhaps. I don't know. That's a great question. I think some people would boo. I mean, Phillies, they boo everyone. But like Manny was saying that when he was in Philadelphia, that like, you know, there's a lot of hoopla around him and his leaving and him drinking the beer in the dugout, him talking smack about Rob Thompson, all that. But like, I feel like at the end of the day, I think Phillies fans probably still love. There was a lot of things Castellanos did that was good in Philly.
All right, so I checked. They gave him a nice little acknowledgement. They showed him in the dugout on the big screen, and he kind of tipped his cap. But no big video tribute.
No Ozuna treatment. Ozuna got a big standing O in the A.
I mean, Castellanos didn't get a chance to go up to bat.
True.
Maybe things would have been different.
I think my feeling is that he would have got a good standing O too. But we'll never know because Castellanos is out. We'll see where he ends up, if he ends up anywhere. Could be tough because he's not hitting great and his defense is very bad. But either way, if that's all she wrote for Castellanos, you got to give him 2 thumbs up. Great career. Great career for Castellanos. Firing rod. Great quotes. I mean, the Scooby-Doo quote alone, one of the best of all time. He's a dog who talks and solves mysteries.
Castellanos is the only player in MLB history with back-to-back multi-homer games in the postseason.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on now. So the Padres suck ass, and so the Diamondbacks. So the Diamondbacks came into the week, third place, 6.5 games back for the Dodgers. Then they split a series against the Dodgers, then lose 2 out of 3 to the Nationals. What hurts the most about this, first game of the series, they scored 2 runs combined against the Nats, who we've talked about pretty in depth. I wouldn't say in depth, but we talk about every episode. Worst pitching staff in the league. If it's not the worst, it's one of the worst. The Diamondbacks can only score 2 runs, and now they got a little bit of drama going on with their star player, Ketel Marte. According to Bob Nightingale, Marte continues to frustrate segments of the organization by opting to take days off. So Ketel Marte has missed 6 games this year. He took a day off against Shohei, which I believe was the drama, because I guess some people felt that he was ducking a great pitcher when the team needed him. It was a divisional game. He ends up hitting a walk-off home run in the final game of that series. So you'd think that the vibes would be up, but the vibes were not up. And this is not the first time that Ketel Marte has been, they dug up a little dirt in the media about him. What was the issue with him before? Was he doing the same thing a couple years ago?
Same thing. Last year, there was a report that was like, he's taking too many days off.
And it was during like when they were fighting for a playoff spot, he took like a day or 2 off, like while they were in the wild card hunt at the end of the season, which really bothered people.
I think there are multiple reports. I think last year there was a report about him taking a day off right before the All-Star break, but then choosing to play in the All-Star game. And then you're right, there was the playoff push where they missed the playoff by 1 game. And he sat one of the last games of the year.
And yeah, that's tough. I think he like went on vacation before the All-Star break or something, or he came back from the All-Star break, like missed the first day back or something because he was hanging out with probably his family. Is probably a big.
I think that's more accurate. I don't think it was him playing in the All-Star game. It was him going on vacation.
Either way, I mean, when you have a bad stretch like the Diamondbacks have, that's bad enough. Then you add on your star player is rubbing people the wrong way. We got Twitter people talking Twitter stuff, and everyone's negativity going around. They've won 3 of their last 10. So, and they have fallen right now as it stands. The D-backs are out of a playoff spot. Still in a playoff spot. They got that last wild card spot, 3 games above 500, 7.5 games back against the Dodgers. So that's where the Dodgers are. And then right behind them is the Giants, who the Giants have played a little better, man. The Giants offense woke the fuck up. And then reality, it might have just been 1 game. They scored 18 runs against the Padres. Sorry. They scored 18 runs against the Cubs. They started this year as the worst offense in baseball, which was very surprising to me because they have a good lineup on paper. Devers, Arise, Adames, Chapman, Junhoo Lee. Got to give credit to Junhoo Lee. Helio Ramos is a good hitter. Bader, come on. They were terrible first month of the season. I think they were last in baseball in runs scored. This week, They go 4-3, won 5 of their last 7. Jonah Cox. You ever heard of Jonah Cox?
No.
You better start learning, brother. He's got OPS over 1,000 this week. Matt Chapman as well. Junhoo Lee has been one of the best hitters in baseball over past few weeks. Willie Adames had a 985 OPS over the past week. And as a team, they are third in average this year. Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
Third best
Very
average in
much.
baseball.
And they can't stop hitting grand slams. They have 6 grand slams in a 20-game span.
That's funny, too, because they're not a big home run hitting team.
They're
at
terrible
all.
at hitting home runs.
But when they do, they make them count, baby. So Jung-Hoo Lee is up to a 131 OPS plus. Casey Schmidt has a 141 OPS plus. Luis Ariz is batting 323 with a 128 OPS plus, and his defense is amazing. So Luis Ariz, 2 thumbs up for him. Willie Adames is back above average on OPS, and Devers is. Those guys started off terrible. They're back up, and Bryce Eldridge, since coming up, 25 games, 131 OPS plus. So looking a little better for the Giants. I believe their pitching staff is actually still dog shit, and it's really what's hurting them right now. I know Logan Webb kind of almost threw a perfect game the other day, but every single one of their starters has an ERA above 4. And then you got Hauser with a 5.5. And
Since May 1st, the Giants' starting pitching ERA is 5.56. Ooh.
And that is in one of the most team-friendly ballparks in the league as well. So not good for the Giants. Better than the Rockies, though. The Rockies suck. 16.5 games back right now for the Rockies. So they have a lot of work to do. But they did beat the Angels. 2 out of 3 against the Angels. So it's not all bad in Colorado. Then they get swept by the Brewers. What are you going to do, man? Brewers are a good team. So thoughts and prayers to the Rockies. That's all I got to say about them. We're sending our thoughts and prayers. How's Saganu doing? Who cares?
He's doing...
At second thought, honestly,
Okay.
who gives a fuck? If we're being honest, does anyone give a fuck? Leave a comment if you want to know how Saganu's doing. We'll check in on next week.
The thing about the Rockies when doing the research, it's like they're not the worst team in Major League history, but they're
That's a
so
positive.
bad and it's not interesting. They
Yeah.
lose like 60% of their games. Their wins are not interesting. Rockies fans can tell us something worth mentioning, I guess. But yeah, no, I don't find anything interesting about the Rockies.
What happened to Moniak? He was the best hitter in the league, bro.
Looks like he's injured.
Where the
He's
fuck is-
been injured since May 21st.
Damn, man. That's my birthday, by the way. If anyone's wondering. If we have any real fans in the comments. Oh, God, bro. I didn't know about this. Michael Lorenzen. Michael Lorenzen's not having a fun time in Colorado. 8.01 ERA. Damn. 13 starts. Giving up the most hits, most earned runs. Fuck, dude. That sucks. You can chalk that up to Coors, though. Chalk that up to Coors. My prediction of Michael Lorenzen, he will be moved at the deadline or DFA'd or something, and then go to a team, have a great run, like he does every year. Maybe not have a great run every year, but he gets traded every fucking year. So let's move on to some more interesting shit, some more drama. Josh Naylor got in a little scuffle on Saturday. He's known to play with a little bit of flair in his game, Josh Naylor. So Friday night gets a ground ball to first and collides with Kevin McGonigal. So he's running to first. Kevin McGonigal's running to first, and they collide, kind of Muncy-esque. McGonigal says afterwards, pitcher was there early, so I expected that he would toss the ball instead of taking the ball himself. So I believe that the Tigers had a little bit of an issue with the way that he aggressively ran at the bag instead of tossing it to his teammate, which he could have done. And
I think the Tigers also had an issue with the route that Naylor took. Instead of going straight through the bag, he kind of headed towards the dugout.
I got you. Yeah. So if you see it, he kind of takes like an angle, like he's a cornerback chasing a guy down the sidelines now, or he's a hockey player going to check someone on the boards. Now Naylor grew up playing hockey.
And he's a big, thick dude.
He's a big, thick ass dude. Every time I see him, I said, bro, God, that's a big, thick ass dude. McGonigal, thick dude, not that big.
Yeah, he's thick, but not big.
Not big, but he's thick, kind of a Chase Utley type. Anyway, seems like the Tigers had a little bit of an issue with that, his aggressive fielding. Next day, Randy Arozarena gets a hit. Naylor's at second base, tries to score on a close play, slides home and tosses his sliding mitt at the catcher. Looks like he might have done this on purpose to distract the catcher. Let's throw this. I've never seen this happen before. Yup. Yeets it at the catcher. Gotta be illegal, right? Do we know the actual rule on this?
I don't know the rule, but I'm like, there's no way this isn't illegal, but nothing was called.
Nothing was called. I mean, in real time, I don't think people have ever realized this happened. The Tigers said, at least the catcher said afterwards, they didn't realize it happened. They saw a video in the dugout on the iPad. So the Tigers became aware of this in the middle of the game. Next time he comes to the plate, boom, gets a fastball at his neck. Ends up hitting him in the back, but this was a scary pitch, almost to his head. Naylor looks like he enjoys it, though. So Naylor gets hit. He laughs it off, says, quote, "Oh, we're playing this ball game today, huh?" After getting intentionally hit by a pitch. Granted, this is the Josh Naylor, if you don't know. He did some similar shit in the past. If you remember last year in the playoffs, Game 7 of the ALCS, I believe, he basically jumped fucking blocked a throw at second base. Also called Garrett Cole his little fucking son. So he's not afraid to get in a little bit of scuffles from time to time. And this causes a scuffle. After the pitcher says, Kiter Montero says afterwards, "I was trying to get him out real quick on the first pitch. It was a sinker in. It moved in a little bit, got away from him." Naylor says that's bullshit. He knows he hit him on purpose because Naylor looked up and he sees Framber Valdez pointing at him and laughing at him on the bench. According to Naylor, so that he knows it was on purpose because Valdez was laughing at him in the middle of the game. Framber Valdez been in some beefs. Josh Naylor been in the beefs. Now we get a beef off between the two. Everyone wonders if these problems are going to linger going on in the next game. And then in the next game, Naylor, more problems. Slides into second. Bale rolls into the fielder. So that maybe there's going to be another pitch, but that seemed to be the end of it. Nothing much happens after that. The beef does not continue. So Naylor continues to play aggressively, continues to get in the other team's under the other team's skin. You love him when he's on your team, but you hate him when he's not on your team. It's the kind of player Naylor is. You need a guy like that. And McGonigal gets his revenge. So McGonigal gets ran over in game 1. Game 3, I believe he hits the walk-off home run or the go-ahead home run.
So he hit a game-tying home run in the 4th inning, and then in the 9th inning, he hits a 2-run single, walk-off 2-run single to win the series.
Okay, so McGonigal, Tigers make him pay. McGonigal gets his revenge, hits a bomb, ties the game, and then hits the walk-off double or single to win the game. And the Tigers are looking a little better this week. So the Tigers had the worst record in baseball in May. They go 5-1 to start June. Tarek Skubal made a rehab start and dominated. So Skubal, he had to go on the IL with bone chips. Typical time frame is 2 to 3 months missed. This guy's pitched 34 days after nanoscopic surgery. The Skubal scope looks like it works.
It was crazy. So shout out Grand Rapids, but West Michigan Whitecaps tickets are normally like $5 to $20. The lowest ticket to see Skubal play in Grand Rapids yesterday was $500.
Sorry, Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids, come on, Grand Rapids. Make some noise. So Skubal shows out for Grand Rapids, reaches 99, 5 shutout innings. Mitchell, could you pull up those like time frames that you had? You had that great what was it? They were showing all because all these guys are getting these bone chip injuries. It's becoming one of the most common injuries in the league, and people are missing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months sometimes. I think Schwellenbach still hasn't pitched yet.
They don't know if he's going to pitch this year.
It's crazy. So
let's see. It might be a bit to find it, but basically Blake Snell was the fastest pitcher to come back within the last decade or so, and that was 59 days. It looks like they're planning to have Skubal start this weekend in Cleveland, which would be 40 days post-surgery, or post-injury, not even surgery, because he had the surgery a week later.
All right, Skubal. So, yeah, the shortest anyone's ever come back from this was 2 months. Give me a note. Did someone miss 4 months or 5 months? What was like a more recent one? If you have that.
So right now, Hunter Green, his timeline is 3 to 4 months, and he had the bone chip surgery back in spring training, and he still hasn't come back.
Okay, so Hunter Green's about to miss 5 months with this shit. Scuba comes back in 34 days. He's supposed to pitch this weekend. According to reports, the Tigers have told teams they are no longer open to trading Tarek Skubal. Casey Mize and Justin Verlander also making rehab starts on Tuesday and Wednesday. So, hey, a little bit of life for the Tigers, who have been nothing but dead this year. This week, they have a great week.
They had a great week on offense, too. So once Skubal went down, they had the worst offense in baseball. I think they scored like 5 runs fewer than the next worst team. And then this week, they had the 3rd best offense in baseball.
Give it up. Give it up for the Tigers. Sweep the Rays, man.
I completely missed. They had 16 fewer runs than the next worst team from May 4 until the end of May.
Like, that's old shit. May has passed. Now it is June. It's time for the Tigers to get hot. They did that 2 years ago, right? That's when they got hot, right? June? Was it June or July? Something like that.
I think it was August.
So we got time.
So much time.
Plenty of time.
And they're not even that far back.
Where are they at right now? 12 games under 500, just 5.5 games back of a wild card spot for the Tigers. So, hey, it is not over. The Guardians are leading the division, but they only have a run differential, a positive run differential of 1 run leads the division right now. So anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything can happen in the Central. Even the Royals, hey, they got a 4.2% chance to make the playoffs. Maybe the Royals could be the team coming out of the Central.
They also had a really good week this week.
You never fucking know. So the Guardians, we got to start with them because they're the first place team. They did beat the Yankees 2 out of 3. You got to tip your cap to that. J-Ram got hot, 7 for 13 this series, had a homer, 3 doubles and 2 steals. But then they lose 1 to the Rangers. Bobby had a good start. J-Ram hit another home run, stole his 23rd bag. So that is Guardians baseball for you. They put the ball in play and they have J-Ram steal and hit bombs. So they went 2 out of 3 against the Yankees, lose the series to the Rangers, but they stay in first place. That's a good thing about the Guardians. They will keep everyone else in the division. They will end up winning the division every year, but they'll make it close. They'll make sure everyone has a chance. You got anything else on the Guardians you want to cover?
It was a pretty midweek for the Guardians. A lot of the people that some of the comments wanted us to cover, Travis Bazzana, Chase the Louder. Bazzana had a nice leadoff homer, but overall, both of those guys didn't have a great series. Steven Kwan might be showing signs of life. He had a .333 batting average this week. Still not a great season, but overall, it's Guardians baseball.
Wasn't he dealing with some family issues or something?
He did miss a day, didn't he?
I remember that being the story, that he has some stress off the field or something. I don't know, but we are praying and hoping that Steven Kwan returns because he is the chosen Kwan. We're predicting a big second half for Steven Kwan and Travis Pastrana.
Bazzana's going to start the All-Star game.
Prove it.
The AL second baseman is basically Jazz Chisholm, Travis Bazzana, and then nothing.
Yeah, it is funny because I did see that Jazz Chisholm, who's not really been that good this year, still could be an all-star. Just
all-star starter.
Yeah, because he's second baseman in the AL. Yeah, shout out to the Guardians. Gavin Williams leads the league in strikeouts, but you didn't know that. 3.2 ERA, pretty good. And Mezek continues, 2.4 ERA. Pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good shit right there. And Cade Smith leads the league in saves.
Cade Smith won reliever of the month over Louis Varland.
Oh.
Who Louis Varland, Blue Jays talk, but has a .2 ERA, and Cade Smith is just as good. Last month at least.
No shade for Cade. 2.83 ERA, 26 games finished. That leads the league in 21 saves. Getting it done. You lose Mr. Emmanuel Clase, you say this is really bad. But guess what? You got another closer who doesn't gamble on pitches that we know of. And that's good. Then the White Sox. It's been the team of the year, the story of the year. White Sox lose Murakami last week, so this is their first full week without Murakami, and not that great for them. They lose a series to the Twins. Dean Martin has a bad start, which is Davis Martin. Sorry, Dean, whoever Dean Martin is. I wasn't talking about you.
Who is Dean Martin?
That does seem like a famous guy, doesn't it?
Oh man, that's a singer. That's a famous singer from like
50s or something.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Dean Martin. Rest in peace. He died on Christmas, 1995. Terrible time to die. He didn't even get to get his presents. The king of cool.
You don't know.
They might have given him presents and then he croaked right after.
That's a waste of presents. That's ultimate regift. But yeah, Dean Martin, man. Rest in peace, dude. Davis Martin, rest in peace, your ERA, brother. 6 earned runs in 1 start. God damn, man. Davis Martin, ERA went from 2 to 2.61. Stay with it, brother. We got you. We need you. Murakami's out. So White Sox lose 2 series in a row. Still just 1 game back of the Guardians, though. And they had to play the big, scary Philadelphia Phillies, who are not to be messed with right now. Anything you want to say about the White Sox?
The White Sox had a bad-looking series against the Phillies on paper, but there were points in their losses that they were ahead or tied. It was just the bullpen struggled on Saturday or Sunday, and then starting pitching struggled on Friday. But balls bounced another way, and you could be talking about the first-place White Sox. So overall, a week, but it was a few batted balls from being a different story.
3 games over 500 for the White Sox, so you got to be happy about that. Going into a series against the big, bad Atlanta Braves, bro. Dude, they got a tough stretch coming up. They got to play the Braves, then they got to play the Dodgers, then they got to play New York Yankees in New York. So, I mean, Braves, Dodgers, and Yankees in a row. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm a little scared for the White Sox. With no Murakami, I'm a little scared for the White Sox. Stay tuned for that. But the Royals, you said the Royals are back?
They were basically just as bad as the Tigers last month. I think the Royals won 2 more games than the Tigers did. Their offense was just as bad as the Tigers. And then this week, both the Tigers and the Royals had a great offensive week. So the Royals scored 17 runs against the Reds. They hit 5 homers in that series. They were able to win the finale, which Chase Burns started. And then this weekend against the Twins, the 4-game series against Minnesota, they won 3 out of 4, even with Seth Lugo having a bad game on Thursday, and then them going to Luinder Avila, who is making his 3rd career start.
Luinder
Avila.
Luinda.
And this week, their offense was not carried by Bobby Witt Jr., and they still scored a bunch of runs. Bobby Witt Jr. had a pretty average week in terms of hitting, but Caglione had a great week. Michael Massey had a good week. Lane Thomas had a good week, and they scored runs.
But still, who you think led the team in WAR, even while being an average hitter?
Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr. That boy can really cover some ground at shortstop. Caglione, though, bro. Come on. If he turns into the home run hitter I believe he can be, is Vinny Pasquantino going to wake the fuck up?
He had a good week.
What about Salvador Perez? Is he going to wake the fuck up?
No.
Okay. No faith in Perez. It's all right, you know. Got to give credit for the Royals. They're still fighting. It ain't over yet for the Royals. And then you got the Twins down there. Twins, my favorite team in the division. Every week I love talking about the Twins. They lost the series to the Royals, 3 out of 4 to the Royals. Byron Buxton's no longer the best player in baseball because he was the best player of all time for like a month or whatever. Not anymore. Last 8 games, he's batting 194. So you can kind of predict what happens when Byron Buxton isn't playing that well. They did Win 2 out of 3 against the White Sox, but losing 3 out of 4 against the Royals. Not gonna get it done. And then guess what? We got Bucks in injury again.
Day to day.
Day to day. Taking it one day at a time. And this is funny. Royce Lewis got sent down, which was like crazy because Royce Lewis, you know, not going to say he's like a superstar or nothing, but like, come on. The guy's hit very well in the MLB. I'm surprised they sent him down. They sent him down. What did he do? He hit fucking 10 home runs in 13 games. Just tore AAA apart. They brought him back up for a t-shirt day. What happened?
So the Twins sent him down, and yesterday they had scheduled a Royce Lewis giveaway jersey day, but he was in the minors, so the Twins took that off the board, and the St. Paul Saints, the AAA team, added a Royce Lewis t-shirt giveaway for Sunday. On Sunday, the Twins called Lewis back up on the day that he was supposed to have a jersey giveaway, and the St. Paul Saints no longer had Royce Lewis, and they gave away Royce Lewis t-shirts.
So did the Twins give away t-shirts?
They did. The Twins did not give away St. Paul Saints t-shirts, but they also didn't give away the jerseys.
Come on, man.
The whole thing was basically a conspiracy, maybe, that they didn't want to give away Royce Lewis jerseys and they just needed an excuse, maybe.
Where are all the Royce Lewis t-shirts, man? Those t-shirts are somewhere, sitting in a closet somewhere.
Somewhere in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Come on, man. But weren't the jerseys in the St. Paul like minor league jerseys?
So the t-shirts were minor league t-shirts, but the jerseys were major league jersey giveaway, like a replica giveaway.
So did they give the t-shirts out with him not playing, or they just didn't? They canceled it.
I didn't see that. I'm very curious though.
We need some boots on the ground. You got to give them away. I mean, who wouldn't take a freaking Royce Lewis t-shirt? But that's the thing. It's like you usually don't send a guy down who's got a t-shirt day. Usually when you got a t-shirt day, you're probably... But Twins do things a little differently. And Bailey Ober is blaming his balls. Injured. He hurt his balls or the balls? So the ball, he's complaining about the balls?
Yeah, Bailey Ober, he injured his arm. I linked the wrong thing, but he's filing a complaint. He has a mild right flexor strain. He started a game in Boston last week and the weather was really bad. He was saying the balls were not sticky enough. They were too white, too shiny. And he said everyone on the Red Sox, everyone on the Twins said the same thing. Sonny Gray said it was brutal, the conditions. And Ober is blaming those white balls for his injury.
Man, you got to rub the balls down, especially if it's raining, bro. Maybe that's why the Red Sox suck at home. They're not doing what they should be doing to the balls up there. What's going on in Fenway? Think of all the parks that you'd think they'd have good balls, it'd be Fenway Park. They've been rubbing balls in Fenway Park for over 100 years. And somehow we're still fucking it up. Now, Bailey Ober's on the injured list. And you better be careful because he's complaining. And he is filing a complaint. So thoughts and prayers to Bailey Ober. Let's get this guy some balls, man. Some better balls. Speaking of the Red Sox have just a 1.1% chance to make the playoffs right now. So, tough little season for the Red Sox. So they were 10-17 at a 34% chance to make the playoffs. Then they fired their manager, their entire coaching staff. Since then, they're 18-20, still in last place, and their playoff odds have dropped to 22.3%. The Red Sox at home this year are 10-21. So the Red Sox have the worst home record in MLB. But when they're on the road, they're actually good. 7th best offense on the road, according to OPS. So they'd have the 7th best offense in baseball if they played every single game on the road. Yet their offense is so bad at home, they have the 2nd worst offense in the league, period. So while half their games, theoretically, I don't know the actual stats, they're the 7th best offense in baseball, they're so bad at home, they're the 3rd worst offense in the league. 29th in runs, have an OPS of 668 when they're at home. Reports are that the team is looking to trade or roll this Chapman. So big trade move possibly coming down. Maybe the GM is going to finally make a move. And that move is going to be trading or roll this Chapman. I heard the GM might get fired too. by the way.
Red Sox fans think it's any day now.
Yeah. IKF says, quote, I just feel like on the road, we're a very close-knit team. When we come home, there's a lot of people around. It's different. It's a different vibe at home. What he's basically saying is there's a bunch of randoms hanging around the clubhouse, a lot of like people around the organization the players don't really know or like. They're just hovering around. Who are these guys? It's creating this vibe that is making them bad at home. But they are really fucking bad at home. IKF's average is 135 points lower at home than on the road. Marcelo Meyer's average is 97 points lower at home than it is on the road. Connor Wong's average is 158 points lower. Wilyer Abreu slugging 100 points lower at home. So the Red Sox, when they play at home, are absolutely fucking dog shit. Peyton Tolley. So this guy, he had a funny start this week. Pitched 6 shutout innings. ERA is down to 2.28 this year. Tried to make a great play on this ball, fielding this ball. That was a funny play. Had an insane balk. But despite these plays, had a great start. This guy's appeared in 7 games in his career at home at Fenway Park. Has a 2.19 ERA at home, and they are 1-7 in those games. Just goes to show you how bad they are at home. And it's a great home, Fenway Park. I mean, it's one of the most prestigious stadiums in professional sports. Have you been? Anyone?
So I was waiting for this moment where he apologizes to the team. I love this guy.
Oh,
He's must-see TV to me.
We were talking about him before we started recording, and Jack was shocked to find out he was only 23.
Yeah, he looks like he's old enough to be my fucking dad.
Old soul, man. Old Toll, they call him. Because last name's Tolley.
Sometimes I just look at a guy and I go, I'm not even a man. I just never became one.
No.
Not a real one.
Especially wearing that stupid fucking hat and shirt. Grow up, dude. You should be wearing...
What's wrong with my fucking hat?
Because it's a little kid hat. You should be wearing...
It's not a little cat. It's a bunch of little people and they're at an art museum and they're looking at the art.
Well, you should have slicked back hair, combed, like a suit, pants, slacks, stuff like that.
All right.
Next episode, we're recording in suits.
Next episode, we should all dress up as adults.
Except 2 of us are not going to, and 1 of us is, and it's going to be embarrassing for that one person.
We could do a suit episode.
What are you implying?
1 of us is going to get left-handed.
I would do a suit episode in a heartbeat, dude. I'm fucking in.
That could be gay.
Could be what?
That could be hey. So that could be the move, man.
It sounded like you said that was gay.
It's not gay. It's not gay to wear a suit. Even if it was, it's Pride Month, so you can be gay this month. So 1 month, we're allowed to do gay stuff. It doesn't count. Fair month of the year, baby. 1, 2, 3. MLB cannot get rid of Aroldis Chapman. Have you seen this fucking guy? 37 years old. That's a man. Now that's a man. And he's still amazing. So Aroldis Chapman is 38, still the scariest pitcher in baseball, brother. Last year at 37 years old, he threw a 104-mile-per-hour sinker. Had the lowest ERA of any reliever in baseball, second best WAR of any reliever in baseball, put up 3.4 WAR, the most valuable season of his career at 37 years old last year for Aroldis Chapman. This year, he's been even fucking better. All right. He hit 102 on the radar gun. This is his 17th straight season throwing a baseball 100 miles per hour. 17 seasons in a row, he's throwing a baseball 100 miles per hour. Where were you 17 years ago, Jack?
I'm not very good at math.
Well, Aroldis Chapman was in the major leagues throwing 100 miles per hour.
Okay.
That's what he was
in
doing.
6th grade? I
Wait.
think I was in 6th grade.
Guy didn't even make middle school yet, dude. This is 2009.
Oh, where was I in 2009?
Yeah, I can see you're thinking real hard over there.
I couldn't do it. I straight up couldn't do it. I gave up. 2009, I was in high school. I was probably selling weed.
So we getting chicks.
Getting chicks.
Getting chicks, hitting licks. Getting chicks, hitting licks.
I didn't get chicks, but
What was hitting licks? Gotta respect it. Speaking of licks, Aroldis Chapman, he's licking that radar gun.
is that how you get 102?
That's 102. There's been 80 pitches 102 miles per hour or faster pitched by a pitcher 36 years or older. All of them are Chapman. So theoretically could be the only pitcher in the history of the world to throw a pitch 102 miles per hour at 36 years old or older. All of the 103 mile per hour fastballs thrown in the pitch tracking era, out of all of the pitches, 103 mile per hour pitches ever thrown tracked in MLB, Aroldis Chapman has thrown 43.8% of them. He's responsible for 32% of all pitches thrown 102 miles per hour or faster. So far this season at 38 years old, he's only allowed one run. Okay, he's got a .46 ERA, second best ERA of any reliever, and batters are hitting 134 against him. Still striking out 33.8% of the batters he's faced, and he looks like he's going to be a pretty big trade piece.
The craziest thing, I think, is that his velo is down over 1.5 miles. In his most recent outing, he was seen limping on the mound because he has some hamstring injuries. And no batter can touch him. He's still got the best ERA of his career.
He is a crazy combination of being a massive fucking guy. So his extension, not only is he throwing 117 miles per hour, he's throwing it from 30 feet away because his arms are 14 feet long. Also, he's a lefty. Also, he's got a crazy motion. It just seems like an uncomfortable at bat. He's a scary motherfucker, and he's not on performance-enhancing drugs, for sure. He's not doing that at all. That has nothing to do with the fact that he's throwing a pitch 100 miles per hour 17 seasons in a row. It's not possible.
Typical human feces.
He's not doing what Jose Canseco admittedly did in the 90s. He's clean. He gets drug tested every year multiple times. So the Red Sox are in last place, 10.5 games back of the Rays, who also are not playing great. So the Rays have lost 10 of their last 13 games. Before this stretch, they had the best starting staff in baseball, lowest ERA in the league. 3 of these guys weren't even traditional starters, so people were wondering, how are the Rays doing this? They got all these pitchers who aren't starters, they're making them starters, and they're the best starters in the league. Well, the tides have turned a little bit. So Steven Matz hadn't been a starter since 2021. He had a 3.70 ERA. Griffin Jax hadn't started since 2021. He had a 1.42 ERA as a starter this year. Nick Martinez hadn't started since 2021 full-time at least, and that was in Japan. He had a 1.51 ERA. But since they've been on this skid, not so great. Their starters as a whole, 5.89 ERA. Opponents are batting .295 against them. Nick Martinez's ERA is 6.55 in his last 2 starts. Griffin Jax 10.50 in his last 2 starts, and Steven Matz 21.21 ERA in his last 2 starts.
And they moved him to the bullpen.
Back to the bullpen, baby. So the experiment has taken a turn for the worst. As soon as we drew attention to it, it just went. The book is out on the Rays. The Rays went from having the best record in the AL to 5.5 games back of the Yankees in 2 weeks. They are now tied in first place. Still in first place, but now tied. They got swept by the Tigers, man. Ooh. Gave up a shit ton of runs to the Tigers. 25 runs to the Tigers over 3 games. Starting pitchers gave up 17 runs in those 3 games. Each one of them allowed 5+ runs. So... And then they lose to the Marlins, 2 out of 3 to Jack's Marlins. Civil war over there in Miami, Jack. How'd you feel about that?
What?
Civil war in Miami, Jack. How'd you feel about that?
Right. Florida teams. I didn't feel about it.
Well, it wasn't in Miami. It was in Tampa Bay. So, joke's on you. You didn't even catch my trick.
Oh, you fooled me.
I did. It was in Tampa Bay, and your boys lost.
It wasn't Miami.
It was in Miami. I was right the first time.
Dude, you can't do this to me, man. I don't know which way is up.
Well, the boys got it done, but at the same time they didn't get it done because you like both.
Yeah.
So sucks to suck. All the Rays suck at pitching now. Went from having the best record in the AL to 5.5 games back. Went from having the best record in the AL, 5.5 games up of the Yankees. 2 weeks later, they are now tied in first place with the Yankees, the big bad Yankees, who had a week. Jazz Chisholm went on Jimmy Fallon last week and said the Yankees were going to win the World Series, which caused a little bit of, who do you think you are? Right? Then they face the Guardians, and the Guardian announcer comes out and says this. Let's play this clip, because the Guardians announcer was...
Well, he predicted the Yankees will win the World Series. He did that last night on the Jimmy Fallon show. Pretty amazing. He got on the Jimmy Fallon show batting .239.
Put him on the Kevin Hart roast, bro. Jeez Louise. Going, he's like a Tony Hinchcliffe talking shit about the black player. 239.
Can we sidestep real quick? I gotta know. Do you know that it's Jeez Louise?
It's Jeez Louise.
It's Jeez Louise.
Who the fuck's Louise?
I don't know.
Jeez Louise, man.
You was saying Jeez Louise for 2 years, and I never. Knew
adding
knew.
the Louise is making Louise a very important Louise.
Brother.
It's the Louise, if the way you're saying it.
Let me talk, bro. Let me do my thing.
I don't have any issue with it. No quarrel.
Let me do my thing, dude. Listen, at least I wasn't talking shit about Jazz Chisholm, disparaging him on the live in front of a national audience or I don't know, regional audience.
That was a crazy burn.
So Jazz Chisholm hears this and he doesn't forget. Next day, first at bat comes up, bing, immediately makes him pay. Home run for Jazz Chisholm. So Jazz Chisholm's having a very interesting season. Very interesting season. He started wearing Trent Grisham's pants in Houston, then went 5 for 12. Okay. Then started wearing Giancarlo Stanton's pants and went 7 for 12 in a series against the Mets. Then he started using Jose Caballero's bat when he went on the injured list, used the bat, hit a home run against the Blue Jays. So he keeps using other people's shit, right? This weekend, Jazz Chisholm was struggling a little bit. All right. So he hits his home run against the Guardians, looking good. But against the
Red Sox,
rivalry matchup, goes 0 for 3 for 3 Ks. What does he do? Uses Aaron Judge's bat, comes up to the plate, and bing, bang, home run again. Second home run for the week for Jazz Chisholm.
It's funny. A reporter said that this is not his first time using Aaron Judge's bat, but the first time he did last year, he tore his oblique. So this time, he had to make sure he didn't swing as hard.
Love it. I love that a guy as big as Jazz Chisholm, not a big guy, I'd guess 6 feet, 5'11", 184, is using Aaron Judge, who's like 300 fucking 6'8", monster. And it worked out. So
Jazz Chisholm must be the worst person to have endorsement deals with, because you've got all these companies being like, you're going to use our bats, use our gloves, use whatever, our cleats. And he's going, I really like Trent Grisham's cleats. I think I'm going to use them.
I'll do what the fuck I want to do. I'm Jazz Chisholm. I'm from London. I'll play on Great Britain. I'm from London. I bet Jazz is pumped for the World Cup, bro. England. It's going to be England's year. So Jazz Chisholm, last 21 games, 861 OPS, 519 slugging. I believe he's in the conversation for starting second baseman in the All-Star game. So don't sleep on the Jazz, man. It's all about the Jazz, but it's not all Jazz for the Yankees. There are some bad things happening. Aaron Judge is dead. He's passed away. 32 years old, Aaron Judge has died of, what did he die of, Mitchell?
Rib. Stress fracture.
Stress fractured his rib. We don't know what he was doing. We're not going to pry. It's his own thing, but he has died of a rib. And it's going to be tough for the Yankees to move on without him. Other players have died of ribs before. Typical time frame when you die of a rib is Andrew Nardi had this injury. He missed 3 months. He's expected to miss 3 months. There's a guy named Rob who missed 2 months with this a while back. Aaron Nola, I don't even know. This says something else. Scott Alexander missed 2 months. Cody Bradford missed 3 months. Julian Mayweather missed 3 months. Chris Sale missed 3 months. Steven Strasburg missed 4 months. So we can probably expect Aaron Judge probably going to miss 2 to 4 months with this thing. Do they have any time frame confirmed at least?
I'm checking, but I think the 1 to 2 month check-in was like kind of the confirmed deal.
So that's not good, man. So it's going to be some extended time miss for Aaron Judge. Now, if you're looking at for the Yankees season, I'm not too worried about it. Obviously the AL is freaking bad this year, right? The AL has like 3 teams over 500. And I mean, the Yankees right now have the most wins in the AL, tied for first with the Rays. So I don't think the Yankees are really in much trouble in terms of like missing the playoffs. If anything, you're the Rays, you're feeling really happy about this because, they had some mad regression after a hot start. Not that you root on injuries, but if you were going to root on injuries, you would do that. You would be the Tampa Bay Rays. If any team is happy right now, it's Tampa Bay Rays. So Yankees, I think the Yankees will be fine, but sucks for Judge. They go 2-3 on the week, but do take first place despite not having a great week and losing their best player. All right, y'all. This podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek, my favorite ticket buy app, man. I've been using this shit to go to a bunch of shit, but what do you think? When's my next time I'll buy SeatGeek? What's my next event, man?
I mean, are we talking Nats games or is that's
default? I mean, every Nats game I go to, I use SeatGeek. So we'll see when my next Nats game is going to be. Maybe a Tuesday, $5 Tuesday. That's usually my move. Love a $5 Tuesday. And I will be using the SeatGeek app for that. But it's not just sports games, guys. It's concerts. It's other performances. It's NBA. It's NHL. It's the NBA playoffs. It's the NHL playoffs. It's the frickin' finals. It's the Stanley Cup finals. Get some tickets on SeatGeek. They got over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. Concerts, sports, festivals, and more. Over 35 million downloads. SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. Don't forget the NFL schedule's coming out. Come on SeatGeek. World Cup. Guys, this will probably be your last chance in your life to go to a World Cup game.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Go.
November 8th.
Go. What do you mean? What about Olivia Rodrigo? Number 8th?
Oh, November 8th. Or just things you can do on SeatGeek.
Get on SeatGeek, get a World Cup ticket, get Olivia Rodrigo, maybe meet her after the concert, and you can give her a hug. Get an autograph and a hug. SeatGeek is MLB's official ticket marketplace, so your tickets are fully guaranteed and are instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. It's quick, it's easy. I do it all the frickin' time, guys. Trust me, you're going to love it. I love using SeatGeek. Listen, brother, I've been to 4 Nats games this year. Use SeatGeek every single time. I'm 4 for 4. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. They give you the green dots. Green means good. Red means bad. You see a green dot, you get it. It's backed by their buyer guarantee. You get a good seat. You get it cheap. You get it good. And now it's even cheaper, motherfuckers, because I got a code for you. Use code PDE10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. Don't even have to be a first-time buyer. If you use SeatGeek, if you're getting anything, if you're going to buy a ticket, use my code, 10% off. You know it's going to be a great deal. You're getting 10% off. It's PDE10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That is 10% off any ticket with promo code PDE10. Make sure you click the link in the description and download the app and have the code automatically sent to your account so you can use it later. Thank you for sponsoring this podcast, SeatGeek. I love you. All right, y'all. Let's get back to the Orioles. Maybe I get a SeatGeek to go to Camden. You been to Camden, Mitchell?
Yeah, I've been twice. I think I used SeatGeek for both games.
There we go. Camden is a beautiful ballpark. Have you been to ballpark Camden Yards, Jack?
I have, yeah.
How do you compare it to Nats Park?
I don't really remember. I would say anytime I go to Baltimore, I'm always like, why did I do that? Because
you're on crack, all right? So you don't remember because you're in Baltimore doing the fentanyl. Pickles? You go to Pickles?
Pickles?
Sorry, that's just some Baltimore shit, dude. Only the real ones know. But Orioles win 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox. They're playing a lot better too, man. Only 1 game back of a wild card spot. Is that what I'm seeing right now? That seems ridiculous if that's true. But I would not be surprised if that's true because the American League right now is not the best league. It's actually the worst league.
1.5 games back from a wild card spot.
One
They
and
are
a half.
4 games under 500.
Hey, and they're not playing their best ball. There's a lot of ball left for the Orioles. If Alonso gets hot, if Bassett starts pitching well, I mean, really, come on. It really comes down to the pitching. If their pitching can just maybe they get Michael Lorenzen at the deadline. Maybe they get Tarek Skubal if the Tigers don't work it out in the next few weeks. Either way, they're going to have to do something. Anything you want to like really hit on the head with the Oreos?
Colton Cowser's been really good since he started hitting walk-off home runs. Before he hit that walk-off homer, I think his OPS was like 5 something. This past week, he had a 190-something WRC plus, OPS plus, and he's up to a 108 OPS plus for the season. That's surprising. Pete Alonso starting to warm up. Not a big hot streak per se, but he is up to 117 OPS plus for the season.
That's a large man, too.
13 homers. But yeah, Orioles, they won a series, they lost a series, which staying 500 for a week is kind of all you need to do in the American League.
Come on, we could do a little bit more. I guess it's the only thing you have to do.
Adley Rutschman, I think it's safe to say Adley Rutschman is back, right? Like, he had a bad season last year. It looked like he was just declining from his 2022 second place finish in Rookie of the Year voting. He's up to a 134 OPS plus for the season. He had a 4-hit game against the Blue Jays on Friday. Yeah, I think he already has more WAR this year than he did last year.
That's a good sign. What about Gunnar Henderson? Gunnar Henderson has been the regression monster so far.
He had this really bad cold stretch. I don't have the date in line, but since May 30, let's do that. No, that's not even good either. He's hit 273, but he has a 715 OPS. So just a up and down season for Gunnar.
Yeah, so since May 22nd, they're 10-6. They have the second best offense in baseball since then. So that's a funny date. If you just put on May 2nd, the best offenses in baseball, number 1 is the Giants. Number 2 is the Orioles. And number 3 is the White Sox. So, hey, anything can happen in this crazy world we live in. I'm going to guess the pitching hasn't been that great. I've said it once, said it 100 times, Joe. Said it once, I've said it 1,000,000 times. They've had the 6th best ERA in that stretch. So guess what? It's getting better.
Really?
It's getting better. It's getting better, man. Without Grayson Rodriguez, they don't even need him.
Grayson Rodriguez, this year's version would make him far, far worse.
Well, we can't all be perfect, okay? We try our best. So that's the Orioles. They lose 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays, who are kind of in the same boat. They've had very similar seasons. I guess the Blue Jays kind of have more excuses. I think they've been dealing with more injuries. They lost a series to the Braves. Can't even blame them. The Braves are just like, oh, come on, great. And then they beat the Orioles 2 out of 3. How are we doing on the injuries? Because for me, that's the biggest thing with the Blue Jays. If we can get healthy, we can make a run. But until then, we're going to have to figure something out.
I know that
Can't
Alejandro
keep relying
Kirk,
on. Sorry, go.
I know Alejandro Kirk was starting his rehab assignment soon. It looks like he's going to be catching this Friday. Dylan Cease had a 75-pitch rehab assignment on the 4th. That seems like he should be starting this week. Max Scherzer had a rehab assignment.
Yes.
And Shane Bieber had a rehab assignment.
Yes. That's what the Blue Jays need. I mean, the pitching's actually been, not great. They've been middle of the pack, and same with the offense. The offense has been a little bit below average. Vladdy's not really hitting well, at least not for power. Not hitting in general. He's about a league average hitter. Everyone's kind of hitting bad to slightly above bad. Average to slightly above average on the team. It's just a bunch of mid-level players. There's no real stick out player for the Blue Jays. Of course, you got the injured guys, but other than that, I swear if these guys were just all healthy, they'd be easily in the playoffs right now. The only stick out guy, Mitchell already talked about it, Louis Varland. 2.3 WAR right now for a reliever. before the All-Star break. It's pretty fucking insane. Sorry for cursing, but 2.3 WAR.
Yeah, ERA plus doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's
Oh shit.
but like it's kind of the same idea, 1% above or below average from 100. Louis Varland's ERA plus is 17.18.
That was a year. Well, motherfucker's ERA plus was a year, and not that long ago year. 17-18. Come on, man. Remember like it was yesterday. Pretty freaking good for Louis Varland. Didn't even start the year as a closer.
Another guy worth mentioning, I've been seeing his name online, is the catcher Brandon Valenzuela. He has a 124 OPS plus. Came up, I guess, at the beginning of April, but was a backup catcher kind of. And over the last, I can't put a timeline on it, but this past week he had 3 home runs. That's a 500 batting average. And he might be one of the better catchers in the American League. And he's kind of come out of nowhere.
Valenzuela. Better than Tyler Heineman, their other catcher. Jeez Louise. 16 OPS plus. Get your game up, brother. Get your game up, man. So the Blue Jays, hey, just like my other team, the Orioles, not playing that well, but guess what? Half game back of a playoff spot while being 2 games under 500.
500's all you need.
That's all you need, man. Just take it easy. It's the American League. We're not pressing. We're not pressing. You'd think in the America's 250th anniversary, the American League would show a little bit more enthusiasm. Guess not. I guess that's the year you take it off. Big 250. You know who's not taking off this year? Pete Crow Armstrong. This guy's in the news every fucking week. Pete Crow Armstrong's having one of the craziest seasons in baseball. So last week we saw the shirtless fans in St. Louis go after him, chanting overrated. He hits a bomb into their section, then pretends to wave his shirt around, makes the game-winning catch, waves the team off the field. Earlier in the year, he said he didn't like Dodgers fans. He said, fuck Dodgers fans. Got booed by the Dodgers fans. Most hated player in LA right now is Pete Crow Armstrong. Then in a series against the White Sox, he told a lady to suck his dick after a tough play in the outfield. Then told another fan that he'd fuck him up on the on-deck circle. Since then, he proceeded to go 2 for his next 12, missed a routine fly ball in center, and the Cubs lose 10 games in a row. So at that point, PCA's season seemed like, damn, this guy's kind of bad, kind of down bad, not playing well, causing a lot of issues off the field, telling ladies to SMD. That's not respectful. You don't tell them, you ask them. Kidding, sometimes, but we don't talk about that on the show. Anyway, so he's had such a hot and cold season. It's pretty insane. So his first 22 games, he had a 572 OPS, right? 8th worst offensive player in baseball. Sorry, 8th worst offensive outfielder in baseball to start the season. Then over his next 17 games, went off. All right, he had a 311 batting average with a 923 OPS. During this span, he's the 3rd most valuable player in the league. Cubs went 14-3 during that stretch. Then he goes hitless over his next 4 games. Then over his next 15 games, has a 533 OPS. Over that 2-week stretch, he got just 6 hits. Cubs go 2-14. So that was the Cubs' big stinker. And then going into this series, they were 5-16 in their past 21 games. They were 5th least runs scored during that stretch. 2nd worst average during that stretch. Worst slugging percentage in the league during that stretch. They only hit 16 home runs in 21 games, the Chicago Cubs. Okay, 4th worst ERA. Starters at a 6.69 ERA. So everything is going bad for the Cubs, right? They go into a series against the Athletics, right? They went from being in 1st place, best record in baseball, to now they're in 4th place. They're playing the Athletics. They lose game 1 by 1. They lose game 2 by 1. They're losing by 2 in the 2nd game. They're about to get swept because PCA loses a ball in the frickin' lights, guys. Where'd the ball go? Where'd the fucking ball go? This cost them 2 runs. PCA, I mean, it's not really his fault. I mean, lights get in your eyes. What are you going to do? But you look a little silly when it happens. They go down 4-0. He's the talk of Twitter that night. You know, this guy's a bum. He's a fucking loser, bro. He sucks. Comes up a few minutes later, hits a bomb. So he instantly comes back and responds. Cubs were down by 3 going in the 9th. 2 doubles, one from Michael Busch and Ian Happ. They hit back-to-back-to-back singles, 4 singles in a row. PCA comes up, hits another single. So PCA walks it off to save the series against the A's. Okay? Goes into a series against the Giants. They get butt pumped by the Giants in game 1, 18 runs allowed. In game 2, he hits a homer in the second to tie the game, but the Cubs can't score. Giants take the lead. He comes up again, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. They are 1 out away from losing this game. PCA hits a home run. So back-to-back games with a homer in the 6th inning. And then that was before this. Then he hits a walk-off, so 3rd homer in a week. Pretty fucking good week for PCA. He goes 4 for 5 with 2 home runs, carries the team. So since May 27th, 10 games, 419 average, 837 slugging, 1,316 OPS, 5 home runs in 10 games. He's been the best player in baseball during that stretch, leads the league in WAR during that stretch, 1.3 WAR. And it goes to show the hot and cold nature of PCA, who's been all over the place. First 22 games, 572 OPS, 8th worst offensive outfielder in baseball. Then has 17 games where he's the 3rd most valuable player in baseball. Then goes hitless over 4 games. Has a 533 OPS over 15 games. Gets just 6 hits. He sucked for half the season. And still, right now, 3rd most valuable player in baseball in the season. Position player in baseball for PCA. Because when you can play defense, it doesn't fucking matter, I guess. He can't play defense. But for a guy who's made like 4 or 5 like really bad errors this year, you kind of question how his defensive numbers are that great.
He gets a lot of opportunities to make great catches. This year, he has 8 opportunities on 5-star catches, and he's made 5 of them. So by Baseball Savant's metrics, they're saying that on catch opportunities with 0 to 25% chances of being an out, he is successful on 62.5% of them. He has missed a couple like 99% shot to make a catch opportunities, but then he's made them back up on the 5-star.
Imagine how good he'd be if he made those plays.
He is 6 for 6 on 4-star opportunities, which are 26 to 50% catch probability. So while he has had a lot of lowlights defensively this season, he's basically made them all back on harder catches.
2nd best defensive WAR in baseball, and he's up to a 791 OPS. So, Pico Armstrong, the Cubs have been terrible. He's kind of saving the Cubs from being that bad, but it's not really helping too much.
Yeah, I mean, with what you just said, if PCA doesn't show up, the Cubs go 0-6 this week.
Yeah. They lose the series to the A's. If it wasn't for PCA, they would have got swept in that series. They would have lost game 3. Then against the Giants, if it wasn't for him in game 2, they would have lost that game. So yeah, we would have got swept to the Bay Area teams, A's and the Giants. They only scored 19 runs this week, 3rd worst offense in baseball. Since May 9th, they have the 2nd worst offense in baseball, are batting just .211, and have the 2nd worst starters ERA. Jameson Tyone. Why is that tripping me up? I'm saying it right.
You're saying it right.
I'm fucking right, as usual. It's like everyone's just giving me a hard time all the time, and I second guess myself. Jameson Tyone, 6.59 ERA.
And injured.
Was it hamstring, right?
Yeah, hamstring. IL.
Thoughts and prayers. Shota Imanaga, freaking 8.79 ERA. Edward Cabrera, 9.37 ERA. On May 8th, they had the best record in baseball. Since then, they have the worst record in baseball, 8-19. And what really hurts is during that same span, guess who has the best record in baseball?
The Brewers?
That would be their division rivals. The Milwaukee Brewers are now 7.5 games up on the 2nd place Cardinals. So since May 1st, they have the lowest ERA in baseball, 2.81 ERA among starters. And a big reason for that is Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz kid. He goes 7 innings versus the Royals, 8 Ks. Wasn't that the Rockies? I said the Royals, but it was the Rockies. Ran into trouble in the 7th. So Jacob Mizorowski goes 7 innings versus the Rockies. 8 Ks. ran into trouble in the 7th. Runners on first and third, 1 out. He's about to face the top of the lineup. His manager gets on the top step. His manager's looking like he's about to take him out. Rocky yells at him. He says, "Motherfucker, I'm staying in." He forces his hand, stays in the game, strikes out the next batter in 3 pitches. Then on his 98th pitch of the game, throws one 101, strikes out Sterling Thompson to get out of the inning. So since May 1st, Jacob Misiorowski and Kyle Harrison, do not forget about Kyle Harrison, who has been swept under the rug with all this Misiorowski attention. They've combined for 13 starts since May 1st. That's 79 innings, giving up 5 earned runs during that stretch. They are 11-0 during that stretch, a .57 ERA. So when Misiorowski or Kyle Harrison starts a game for the Brewers, they are 17-7 this year.
I think that feels like they've lost too many games with those guys on the mound.
7 L's? Come on, guys. Give me some run support. Kyle Harrison, 1.57 ERA. Brewers have won all 8 of his last 8 starts. He faced his old team this week. He said it was a little personal. Struck out 12 in 5 2/3, tying his career high. Struck out 8 batters in a row. Jeez Louise. Struck out Devers 3 times. Thank you. Come again. Sucks to suck. Said it was a little personal, bro. He said he was adding a little extra on those balls. Some, quote, extra conviction behind his pitches facing his former team. Fun season for the Brewers so far. So Jackson Chourio told his manager before the game he'd swing at the first pitch on Sunday. First pitch of the game, single. Comes up in the 3rd, first pitch, double. Comes up in the 5th, first pitch, double. 3 pitches, 3 hits, 2 doubles. Thank you very much. Let's freaking go, Brewers. Woo! So they split a series with the Giants, but they sweep the Rockies. Score a bunch of runs against the Rockies. 30 runs in 3 games for the Brew Crew. And they are in first place. 5-game lead for the Brewers. Sorry, I said that they had a 7.5 games lead. The Cubs are 7.5 games back of the Brewers. The Brewers are in first. The Cardinals just swept the Reds, so they're currently in a playoff spot and 5 games back of the Brewers. The Reds moved to last, just above the Cubs, and the Pirates also have a tough week. They get swept by the Braves, and they lose a tough one to the Astros. They scored 9 runs in a Paul Skeens start and still lost. That doesn't happen every fucking day, but Paul Skeens has been struggling, so his last 4 starts have not been good. Since May 17th, has a 5.85 ERA for Paul Skeens. That's the worst 4-game stretch of his career. Not surprising, because his career has been a series of great 4-game stretches. All he does in 4-game stretches have good stretches.
Generally, his 4-game stretches are, if he has a mediocre start, he follows those with shutout outings.
Yeah, he leads the league in good 4-game stretches since coming up, in my opinion. So last year, Skeens allowed 14 earned runs in the entire second half of the season. Since May 17th, he's allowed 13 and 1/3 of the innings pitched. Since May 17th, his career ERA has gone from 1.97 to 2.17. His season ERA has gone from 1.98 to 3.09. He's dropped from the 7th best qualified starter to 19th. His FIP, though, is still 2.85. So, I mean, maybe he's getting a little unlucky, but not a very Skeens-like week for the Skeens means.
He hasn't gone 6 innings in his last 4 starts, and it felt like for a little bit there in May he was going to throw no hitter. I think he had no hitters in 3 of his 4 starts from April 24th.
Great 4-game stretch, like we were saying.
To May 12th, and it felt like every one of those starts was going to be a no hitter. Since then, he hasn't even gotten out of the 6th inning.
Golly. It's a tough game, Mitch, tell you that much. It's a league of adjustments. So the Pirates, I mean, other than Skeens, you got anything on the Pirates? I don't know, maybe I didn't even make a section on the Pirates in here.
Connor Griffin got injured, a week ago? And overall, the Pirates, I just think, have been kind of underwhelming. They did play close games against the Braves. They lost 6-4 twice this weekend, and then they had a 2-0 lead against the Braves. Bubba Chandler was dealing. He hadn't walked a batter up until that final inning that he pitched. They did an opener for Chandler for the first time. big issue this year has been his walks. Then he walks 2 batters. There's an error that allows a runner to reach. And then Michael Harris pinch hits after Chandler comes out.
Sorry.
And it was just one bad batter, but like they competed against the Braves this weekend. It was just a tough result.
Tough week for a tough division. They could have made up some. I guess. Well, the Brewers played very well, but yeah, the Pirates, Cubs, and Reds all have tough weeks. Cardinals have a great week though. They lose 2 out of 3 against the Rangers, but they sweep the Reds. Not fucking bad for the Cardinals, who are a playoff team at the moment with the tarp section behind them.
But for whatever reason, they're talking about trading the guys. Did you see that?
No.
They're talking about trading like Dustin May at the deadline.
Well, you got to zig when you're supposed to zag sometimes. Dustin May, well, come on, hey.
Dustin May and Jojo Romero are like the only 2 guys getting any money on the team, and they're thinking about trading them.
Well, you know, the Guardians, I mean, the Cardinals want only players who have been raised in the Cardinals organization, so it makes sense. They're trying to run it like the Brewers. I mean, the Brewers do that all the time. They're having a great season. They still trade. Sell. Do a quasi-sell. I mean, it's not like they're selling, you know, if they were going to sell out Jordan Walker, that'd be different. Or a J.J. Weatherholt.
I mean, J.J. Weatherholt would be an insane. He's a rookie making rookie money.
But maybe the Cardinals say, we need cash now. Call J.J. Weatherholt. 877, trade him to the Braves. But yeah, that would be disappointing if they trade at the deadline. I don't think this team expected to be in the hunt going into the year, but they are definitely in the hunt. They had a little bit of a cold stretch going into this week, but they've won 4 in a row, sweep the Reds. So the Reds are kind of been the first team that really kind of fall off in the Central. They lose 5 of their 6 games this week. I don't know why or how or what needs to happen with them, but I believe that their starting pitchers have been carried by 2 guys, and I'm going to guess they had bad weeks.
This weekend, their starting pitchers did either really poorly or didn't get out of the 4th inning. So in the one game where their starting pitcher didn't allow any runs, Rhett Lauder allowed 5 walks and did not pitch in the 4th inning.
It's not going to help.
And then Brady Singer pitched 4 innings, allowed 4 runs, 1 earned. And then who was the start? Nick Lodolo allowed 4 runs over 5 innings. So not a great weekend for starting pitching. Not a great week for starting pitching.
Lodolo, no, is what they'd be saying after that start. Shit. And Ellie De La Cruz is on the IL, so that really doesn't help their chances.
The Reds went under 500. It was the first time an NL Central team had been under 500 since April 14.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, the stretches continued to be bad, brother. I mean, the Reds, remember they went into May first in the Central. I bet if you look that up, their record since May 1st, it's like they're one of the worst in the league. We'll get that to the fans.
I've never had Fangraphs load so slowly for me.
3rd worst record in the league since May 1st. Only worst teams are the Rockies and the Tigers. So Galilee, Rich, pick it up, man, or you're going to be left behind. Speaking of red teams, the Phillies have officially done it. The Phillies are in a playoff spot. Come on now. At the end of April, they were 9-19. Worst record in baseball, 10.5 games back of the Braves. They fired Rob Thompson, their trusted manager, kicked him to the curb. Since then, best record in MLB, baby. 3.06 team ERA, 3rd best in MLB. The starters ERA is 2.79. That is the best in MLB. A lot of that has to do with Christopher Sanchez. Went the entire month of May, did not give a run. Did not give up a run. Shocker, that led the league in ERA because it was 0. 39 innings in May without giving up a single run. Went 50 2/3. No runs allowed. 8.31 runs off the record. What was that? 8 1/3
innings.
He's basically eight innings off the record. Didn't get it. But also, Christopher Sanchez is getting all the attention. But hey, Zach Wheeler, 2.17 ERA. Jesus Luzardo, 2.50 ERA. They held the Padres to 8 runs this weekend in the series. They beat the Padres 6 times in 10 days. So the Phillies alone just sentenced the Padres to suffering.
A bad offense against the Phillies pitching staff. Ooh.
Yes. That's what happened. So they went into the first Padres game on May 25th, 30-21, 10 games over 500, just 1.5 games behind the Dodgers in second place. 10 games later, they lose 6 in a row to the Phillies. 7 games back of the Dodgers now in third place. Should have put this in the Padres section probably, but I didn't because I'm a beast and I don't give a fuck. In 6 games, they batted 176. That's not their average. That's their OPS. I'm sorry, that was their average. Their OPS was 510. They struck out 31.3% of the time and scored just 11 runs in 6 games against the Phillies, who absolutely destroyed the Padres. And the Philly fanatic kidnapped a baby in the middle of this game.
And things are going so well in Philly, they don't care.
They don't even care. He didn't even get sued. You wonder why the fanatic gets sued all the time. So the Phillies had 32% playoff odds when they fired their manager. Now, 74.5% playoff odds and are in a wild card spot. They win 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. And the Phillies are nothing to shake a stick at, baby. Anything on the Phillies, Mitch?
So this weekend, before I went on my weekend and didn't think about baseball for a day, I was put in the notes, the Phillies offense hasn't really done much. On Thursday, they scored more than 4 runs for the first time in 2 weeks. So over that 2-week stretch when they were winning, it was all pitching, no offense. Then this weekend, they score 8 runs on Friday and 9 runs on Sunday. And I was like, okay, maybe their offense is alive too now. So with their offense and pitching, they might be one of the better teams in baseball.
Yeah. Adolis Garcia, first time all season, he's shown some life. He's been a beast. He's been hitting big bombs. He's got a big head and big neck.
And we got to talk about Brandon Marsh, who had 3 homers this weekend. And I don't have this stats right in front of me, but he is one of the better hitting players in baseball when it comes to batting average.
He leads the league in batting average, 338. He's got a 142 OPS plus right now. Slugging 521 too, so it's like he's hitting for power. It ain't just...
Well, that's what happens when you hit 3 homers in 3 days.
Gotta respect it. It's also like he's also been underrated.
He has a higher OPS plus than Bryce Harper.
Sorry, Bryce.
Whoa.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's actually been one of the most underrated players for the Phillies. And not just this year. I mean, every single year he's played for the Phillies, he's had an OPS plus over 100.
They heavily platooned him for a while. He's a left-handed hitter. They always stat him against left-handed pitching. Doesn't really look like they're doing that as much this year. He has 228 plate appearances in 60 games. They've played 65. So he's playing almost every day now. Second best hitter on the team.
Gotta respect it. And the first, you know who it is. It's Kyle Schwarber. Leads the league in home runs. And you know what? When you lead the league in home runs, no one can tell you shit. Jordan is right behind him, though. All right, Phillies. I like what you're doing. Unfortunately, for you, you're still 15.5 games back of the Braves.
No, they're not.
I
wish they were.
They used to be, at least. What the fuck? Why did I write that?
They're 9.5 games back of the Braves.
They're 9.5 games back of the Braves.
The Mets are 15.5 games back.
I got them confused because they're both shit. Yeah. I guess I put that should have been the Mets. Their Phillies are still 9 games back of the Braves, who continue to have the best record in baseball. No longer do they have the best run differential. The Dodgers have overtaken them in that category. But they just keep winning, bro. 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays. And then they got guys like Dubon, who fucking hit home runs all of a sudden. I mean, this is kind of like what the Braves didn't have the last 2 years, which they did have the fucking 6 years before that, where it's like any player who got to the Braves just instantly became a beast as soon as they got there. And Mauricio Dubon is a great example of that. 1.8 WAR for Mauricio.
Mauricio Dubon had been in a little bit of a slump. He's been really good this year with runners on base, but I think after May he had kind of slowed down. They go home to Atlanta. Chipper Jones is a part-time employee for the Braves.
Maybe you've heard of him. You've heard of Chipper Jones before, Jack?
Apparently, Chipper Jones talks to Mauricio Dubon about something hitting-wise, and Dubon hits 3 homers in 3 games.
Sorry. That's why you pay Chip the big bucks. He needs to talk to Austin Riley because he's the one guy in the lineup not performing up to par. But back on my Mauricio point, Dominic Smith, another guy like that. I mean, he's having his best season since how long? Ever?
2020, probably. I mean, he was really good for the Mets in 2020.
Because we put him in a great environment with a group of people who love and support him.
I think one underrated aspect of the Braves this year has been their bullpen. They have 4 pitchers in the top 10 in reliever ERA. Robert Suarez, Raisel Iglesias, Dylan Lee, and a 20-year-old named Didier Fuentes, who the Braves turned to get a save on Sunday.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is Robert Suarez not in the game?
So Walt Weiss wanted to give Robert Suarez an extra day off. He had pitched on Saturday, had a day off on Friday, but had pitched 2 games in a row during the Blue Jays series. And Walt Weiss is like, Didier Fuentes, he turns 21 in a week, but he became the youngest Brave to get a save in 55 years.
Wow. Who was that?
Let's see.
John Smoltz?
Not even John Smoltz was pitching back then. Mark Bowman says it was a guy named Mike McQueen.
Mike McQueen. Gotta respect it. Yeah. That blew my mind that Robert Suarez is fucking 35 years old.
It's his time in Japan. You kind of don't think about it.
What the fuck? I guess he debuted at 31. Shout out to Mr. Suarez. Shout out to Raciel. And shout out to Dylan Lee. Also, Kinley. All of them are really making... And also, Ronaldo Lopez coming out of the bullpen right now.
I think he and Kenley were the only people in their Braves bullpen this week to allow runs. Ronaldo had a bad outing against the Blue Jays where he allowed 4. And I think Kenley allowed 1, but otherwise, bullpen was perfect this week.
It's funny. You wouldn't have called this going in the year, but Martin Perez, has beaten out Ronaldo Lopez for a starting spot. He's got a 3.02 ERA, but he's also pitched out of bullpen too.
They were using him as kind of a swing man for a bit, and now he's just a permanent starter.
Gotta love it, man. So the Braves right now, just everything they touch turns to gold. Michael Harris came in. That guy, so he missed 2 games with a back injury. Then they pinch hit him, just comes in and fucking that one hit just wins them the game against the Pirates, sweep the Pirates. They are 3rd in runs, 4th in starters ERA, and 1st in relief pitching. Shout out to the Atlanta Braves and Ronald Acuna Jr. We can't forget about Ronald. He's turned it the fuck on.
On the base paths, 3 stolen bases this week.
Dog, I swear that is the difference. He just started stealing. They let him steal again, and then what happens? His bat goes. So his first steal that I'm going to count was 11 games ago, May 27th. Since then, he's batted .308 with a 1,167 OPS. 5 ding-dongs for Ronald Acuna. You wish he was washed, motherfuckers. You wish those knee injuries really actually mattered to him. He doesn't give a shit. He's still a talented Venezuelan beast. And the Braves stay in first place. 15.5 games against the Mets, who have actually been a little better than people want to give them credit for, at least recently. Since May 1st, the Mets are 4 games over 500. If the season started on May 1st, they'd be a playoff team. Let's not forget. Carson Benji, he's got an 873 OPS since then. Benji went 5 for 5 yesterday, had a home run, 3 runs. Juan Soto, 150 OPS plus since then. This season. Jared Young. Don't sleep on Jared Young. I know you've been sleeping on Jared Young.
Very much so.
Yeah, he's actually got a 149 OPS plus. And, the Mets are still an embarrassing franchise. Let's not forget. Lindor's hurt. Polanco's hurt. Luis Robert's hurt. Clay Holmes is all hurt. Devin Williams, 5.57 ERA, so that sucks. But they have won 7 of their last 10 games. And this week they did have the lowest ERA in baseball. That might just because they played the fucking Padres. No offense to the Padres, but what the fuck is going on? They went 2 out of 3 against the Padres. They do lose 2 out of 3 against the Mariners. But hey, since May 1st, they're a playoff team. The Benji stats surprised me. I was just going to assume that guy was have a terrible year, but he could be rookie of the year, bro.
Yeah, Carson Bench had a really rough start to the season.
It's Benji, man.
It's Benj.
It's Benji.
It's Benj.
Trust me.
Okay. Well, Carson Bench had a really rough start to the year. He had a home run in his debut and then had probably as bad of an April as you could have. After his home run, he had a 470 OPS. But since May 1, like you were saying, he's been a really good player. And I think also AJ Ewing has been kind of a godsend for the Mets because their defense in center field. He's been 3 defensive runs saved in the outfield in just 25 games in center field for AJ Ewing.
They're really just a rookie-led team. They're just a young, because AJ Ewing, he's a rookie, right?
Yeah, he's a rookie.
So it's a young rookie-ass team, dude. This is a team with a bright future. It's not about this year. They're preparing for the future. Their $400 million payroll, don't even pay attention to that. It's really about the future. Yeah, Carson Bench right now, 3rd in the league in the NL in WAR, 2nd in WAR for rookies. So maybe Benji's going to get the Rookie of the Year nod. Maybe not. Maybe not. Jack's Marlins sweep the Nationals at home, bro. You didn't go to any of those games, Jack?
Nope.
What the fuck, man?
I was busy.
Your boys were in town. Would have been a great series to go to. They come in here and they handle business. Sweep them. Held the best offense in MLB to 7 runs. Out-homered the Nats 8-1. Golly. Then they go back home, play the Rays 2 out of 3. Easy does it, man. Easy does it. Great team. How do you hold the Nationals to that? To 3 runs. Not 3 runs. To 7 runs.
I kind of forgot who was pitching. I know Alcantara pitched one of those games.
Why is it pronounced Alcantara? But
It's technically pronounced
Alcantara?
Alcantara.
Are you sure? Because everyone says Alcantara, and on the broadcast they always say Alcantara, where I'm like, they would know.
It would be pronounced Alcantara,
That's how it's spelled.
but I think it's the same thing with Julio Teheran. It's technically Teheran, but it kind of just runs together. So English speakers pronounce it.
Well, I feel like the English way to pronounce it would be Alcantara.
I am surprised that's not how.
It's not spelled like Alcantara or Alcantara, but everyone says Alcantara to the point where I've had to go back to Alcantara because I think that, like, if Joe Davis is saying Alcantara, I'm pretty sure they probably like prepared.
It's probably like, with the Rangers Suarez. His name is Rangel. And he's just like, don't even fucking bother. Call me Ranger.
Yes, but I'm telling you, Mitchell, this is where I'm poking holes in your argument, dude. I hope you don't take it personal, but like the English way to say it would be Alcantara. There's no way to pronounce that. You don't read that and say Alcantara.
No, I agree. It should be Alcantara, but
No, it shouldn't. Oh, yes, it should.
I just agree with you and you said no. But yeah, I agree. I don't know why it's Alcantara, but that's how it's been said. So that's how we shall say it.
Alcantara.
I think I get where Alcantara. Wait, I'm sorry. They're saying Alcantara. I think it's because it'd be Alcantara. And if you throw in how are you saying it? You're saying it weird. It would be Alcantara. I would imagine.
Yeah, no, that's how it would be said in
So
Spanish.
Alcantara, Alcantara. I get where it came from, like the Spanish way of saying it to the English way of how it sounds phonetically. But if you're reading it, it's not.
Yeah, no, but like as an English speaker, I feel like you should just go ahead and say Alcantara.
I just call him the
agree.
Sandman, man. But I got the hyphenated version on Baseball Reference. Wait for it. I'm going to say it. Alcantara. So everyone's saying it wrong. Alcantara is how you should say it. Not that you're saying it wrong. I'm saying, let's move on, man.
No, you're right. It's not Contra. It's in no way.
That's what I was.
Contra.
But I was
A lot
saying
of,
it was
like-
Contra.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not right. I'm actually wrong. So don't tell me I'm right. I was wrong, dude. It takes a man to admit when they're wrong.
The broadcasts are always saying
Always.
always.
And they get paid the big bucks, and he
Right,
was a
that's fine. I'm
Cy
not
Young
blaming
winner.
you.
Okay? I pronounce fucking half the names wrong, but guess what? I never claimed to be big time, dude.
Doesn't Baseball Doesn't Exist have like the largest baseball subscriber base?
No, it's not even true. But even if I did, I would never claim to be big time. And some people are big time, some people are just stringing it together day by day, and I'm just
Alcantara.
Alcantara.
That's what it is. It's Alcantara.
No,
So
it's not, dude. It's Alcantara.
No, what I'm saying, because I was saying Alcantara, but it's Alcantara. Because you really got to roll through the Alcantara.
It's Alcantara.
But that's where the truck comes from. Alcantara.
All right, guys.
All right, we got it. Figured out.
It's your favorite team, dude. You should know. The Nats lose to the Marlins. Okay, they didn't win a fucking game. All right, and then they lose. Then they win 2 out of 3 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay, so
The first 2 games of that series, they outscored the D-backs 20-2.
ooh, D-bags. You got D-bats. They got the D-bats against the D-bags. And Dalen Lyle went off this week. Curtis Mead from Down Under went off this week. And that's all she wrote for the other teams. When those 2 boys bop, you're fucked. Let's move on to the AL West, man. The Mariners, first place team. They got rid of the piggyback meta. So this is what happens. So they were doing this cool thing where they had 6 starters, and then 1 starter would come out of the bullpen after the first starter, and they would have 2 starters in the same game, both pitch 4 innings. Well, they said we're not doing that anymore. And what happens when they switch that? They have a tough week. They lose 2 or 3 against the Tigers. They didn't have a tough week. They went 3-3. And Bryce Miller and Castillo did have good starts without it. However, they were undefeated with it. So I'm disappointed. I wanted to see it. Castillo did go 5 2/3, allowed 1 run. Bryce Miller went 6 scoreless. So they continue to be on their hot streak. And it really is a team full of fucking beast-ass pitchers. Beast-ass pitchers. Anything on the Mariners, Mitch?
No, just the piggybacking is dead. Sad day here. We were really enjoying it.
I hope that doesn't come back to bite them. I mean, guys, we were undefeated, brother. Still in first place, if you want to count that being a first place team with a division like that. I mean, it just doesn't take much. Second place team would be the Rangers. Rangers, they won a series against the Cardinals, then they won a series against the Guardians, so 2 series in a row. And I love this stat. Jock Peterson, since May 1st, 163 WRC plus, 8th best amongst hitters with 100 plate appearances. So 966 OPS. Jock Peterson is back, dude. Is he rocking the pearl necklace?
I think he left that in Atlanta, didn't he?
Ooh.
I think he made 1 more cameo with the Pearls when he came back as a Giants player, and then since then he's kind of let it be.
Yeah, it's special. So I mean, dude, but he had like a solid year and a half where he was like just lost.
This year he started off the season 0 for 16. And his 7th game of the year, he struck out, popped out, he was getting booed, and then he homered. And ever since then, he's been a pretty good hitter. He did go 0 for 9 this weekend, which kind of killed the narrative, the stats on him being like the 10th best hitter. But overall, he's still 131 OPS plus. He's got 8 homers this year. He's taken a bunch of walks. Really solid season for Jock, who, if you watched him last year on the Rangers, you kind of thought he was washed.
Yeah, and that's why I don't listen to the stats, dude. That's why analytics suck. Shout out to Manny Machado.
Jock did have a higher batting average last year than Manny Machado currently has. And he had a 181 batting average last year.
More reason to not believe the stats. They're all made up. And the Rangers, 7 of the last 9, they have moved within striking distance. They've surpassed the Athletics. Fortunately for the Athletics, they're only 1 game below 500. But they're playing a lot better. And I believe without Corey Seager.
Seager's back.
Okay.
He came back on Friday and homered, actually.
Okay, but he's only batting 183, so They'd probably be better without Zeke. I apologize. That's an all-star. But, needs to step it up. Anything else you want to talk about? You want to give a shout out to Jacob deGrom?
We got to give a shout out to Jacob deGrom. Got his 100th win, which we covered last week, but then he came back on Sunday and had a 6-inning start, allowing no runs. So 3 straight starts, really good starts.
See, I was tripping because in the doc it said 200. I'm like, damn, what something? Because I thought.
No, wait, yeah, 100. Yeah, I think I messed up on there.
I was like, oh,
he won 100
wins in
games
a week.
in a week. He was pitching for every single team.
I'm like, okay, no wonder when they say 100 wins, because that was crazy to me. Jacob deGrom only has 100 wins. Pitched 13 seasons and was an amazing, the best pitcher in the league.
When he pitched for the Mets, it was kind of a joke, right? Because he would have these starts where he allowed 1 run, and then they give him the loss because the Mets wouldn't score.
Yeah.
He had a 1.70 ERA in 2018, 32 starts, a full season, 10 wins.
Bro, yeah. Yeah, 1.08 ERA, 15 starts, 7 wins. So he went fucking, sorry for cursing, 5 seasons. He had a 2.10 ERA. Granted, only 47 games pitched, so there's a lot of injuries. But he only won 18 games in 5 seasons. Most of that is because of injuries. So.
Last year, he won 12 games, and that is the 3rd most wins he's had in a season.
There you go. That's why I don't trust the analytics, dude. All these fancy stats like wins. You can trust that shit? It's bullshit. Jacob deGrom. All right, Rangers. I'm liking what you're putting down, all right? Keep up the good work, boys. I've just put you ahead of the Athletics in my power rankings. Congrats. But you're not above the Astros. Just kidding. You're above the Astros. However, the Astros just swept the Athletics, which hurts if you're the Athletics. Where did they play that series? Was that in Oakland, Anaheim, of Sacramento, Las Vegas?
Which series?
Astros versus Athletics?
That was in Houston.
So Houston, that makes more sense. But the freaking Houston Astros hold the Athletics to 3 runs. So the Astros, who we wouldn't shut the fuck up about how bad their pitching has been, they've got to have the best pitching staff for the past few weeks. Do the combined no-hitter. How did Amai do in his last start?
2 runs.
Oh, they did not sweep the Athletics. They actually did lose the last game, the Athletics, so we have to be fair to the Athletics. 2 out of 3 against the Athletics, though. That changes things a little bit, but at least the first 2 games, they did absolutely embarrass them and hold them to 3 runs. Doing a little better. You got the best hitter in baseball in the Astros. Leads the league with 3.1 WAR. I think it's the same thing you can say about all of these teams, if the Astros made the playoffs this year, that would be pretty insane. Negative 29 run differential. They've had all the injuries. Their pitching staff has been beyond banged up. But again, 3 games back of a wild card spot. 7 games below 500. We'll see. Isaac Paredes just hit his 100th home run. So Isaac Paredes, one of my favorite players, has 100 home runs. Every single one of these home runs has pulled to left field. This guy hits one type of ball every single fucking time. This guy has the shortest average home run distance of any hitter with 100 home runs in the StatCast era. Averages 378. Not that good. This year he has the 8th slowest bat speed. His career average exit velocity is 86.5 miles per hour. That is 2.1 miles per hour lower than the MLB average. And he's got 100 bing bongs. Okay? Since debuting in 2020, he's amongst the worst in average exit velocity, 11th percentile. Yet he's got 100 ding dongs, baby. That's the 80th percentile. So he's slugging 426, which is okay. Pretty good. His expected slugging is nearly 80 points lower, 60 points lower, 65 points lower than his actual slugging, because they say this guy doesn't hit the ball for shit, and there's no way that's getting out of there. Guess what? He hits in the air, and he pulls it every fucking time. 100 home runs, and every single one of them is into the exact same spot. Pull a home run, pull a home run, pull a home run, pull a home run, 100 freaking times. But the home stats isn't working? What the fuck?
Doesn't this feel like the biggest lie out there? The Astros get this guy because they have a short fence in left field, should be easy for him to hit home runs. And it has been. He has more home runs at home than on the road. But he has a better batting average and a better on-base percentage on the road. And a better slugging. This year, 125 WRC plus away, 101 WRC plus at home. He's only hitting 211 at Daikin Park, formerly Minute Maid. Doesn't that feel wrong?
It does feel wrong. And it goes to show what Manny Machado was saying. The analytics, can't fucking listen to him. The Astros, they thought they were so smart. We're going to get the guy who hits the short home runs in left field. We had the shortest left field. What happens? He's actually better on the road.
Kind of like ruins the whole fun of it. This guy should be hitting 500 at home with 20 home runs and hitting 095 on the road.
It's still fun. 100 home runs all pulled is pretty crazy.
And not a single one of those home runs looks like it would even be debatably in center field.
He's a one-trick pony, they call him. At least that's what I'm calling him. And then we got the Athletics, man. He went 2 out of 3 of the Cubs. Almost sweep them. A fucking out away from sweeping the Cubs in Wrigley. You're feeling pretty good about yourselves. But then you lose the series to the Astros, and you lose your second place position. And I don't know how to feel about this team, man. I picked them to make the playoffs earlier in the year. They lost Sevy, which hurts. They also, we didn't go into this too in depth. I think we will in a future episode, but the Athletics home stadium is like insane, bro. It is Coors Field in a lot of respects. It's not Coors Field because Coors Field's advantage is that it's super fucking big, so balls fall. I don't know why the Athletics stadium is so hitter friendly, but it's pretty insane.
There's something to do with wind and the temperature of the field. Some scientists said that for every degree increase, there's like an extra couple of feet in ball distance traveled.
Ooh.
And not only does Sacramento's field have no upper deck, so the wind is easier to like push, and the wind patterns push it out to the outfield, it is also one of the hottest stadiums in baseball. But we'll get to that on a different episode.
Yeah. At home, they're 11-17. So very bad team at home. They kind of got the Red Sox stuff going on. They can't fucking pitch at home. It's bad. It's bad. And then you got the Angels. Last but not least, the Angels, man. Tell me one good thing about the Angels.
Well, do we want to play the not so great clip first?
Oh, the clip with Joe Adele?
I think we got to.
Yeah, okay, let's play it.
So Joe Adele goes back on this ball, hits him in the head, and the stupid low fence in Anaheim means that is a 4-base error. They changed it from a home run. I think they should have kept it as a home run.
Joe Adele takes a ball off the head. This is not the first time he's done this either. So Joe Adele, remember he robbed 3 home runs in a game. So the best defensive game of all time. However, he hit a ball off his head. He also batted a ball over the fence in Texas a few years ago. So not his first rodeo, man.
I think there have been like 4 players in history or not even 4, to have a ball hit them in the head or the glove and then push it over the fence. And he's done it multiple times. And this is the guy who had one of the most electric defensive games in history 2 months ago.
It is funny that, what year was it when Jose Canseco did this? And they've played that clip a billion times. Everyone in the world has seen Jose Canseco headbutt that ball over his head, became the blooper of all bloopers. This guy hits the ball off his head, and 3 days later, people forgot about it.
Dan Clark on Twitter has a side-by-side that he pulled up. If you could switch it over, Jack. I think Canseco's might be a little worse.
Yeah, well, anytime you headbutt a ball over the fence, it's not great. The World Cup is starting this week, so maybe that is why. But at the end of the day, when you headbutt a ball over the wall, that is a poor strategy. That's going to hurt his defensive metrics.
Okay, and then one good thing about the Angels this week, because let's be honest, there wasn't a lot. They lost a series to the Rockies, and they lost a series to the Dodgers. Nick Madrigal didn't realize he was still in Major League Baseball. He's a 5'7" second baseman that somehow got selected 4th in the draft. Faces the Dodgers, and he has 2 at-bats yesterday where he had a 12-pitch walk. And according to Sarah Langs, that is the first player since at least 2000 to have 2 12-pitch walks against a team in a game. And that kind of ruined the Dodgers' whole pitching staff. They scored 13 runs off the Dodgers in the finale. Emmett Sheehan came out in the second inning because he threw so many pitches against the Angels.
Angels have... Yeah, when you put up that runs against the Dodgers. But it was personal. Shohei's back in town. And they had to make a point.
This one was in Dodger Stadium.
I don't care.
So...
They had to put, hey, Shohei, they made Shohei, hey, miss us yet?
Do you think Shohei's spent 1 second missing the Angels?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of good stuff going on in Anaheim. A lot of good stuff going on in Anaheim. So that was it. Really, basically, we covered every single team. Anything you guys want to fucking rock out before we rock out?
I don't really got any announcements.
We do want people to still donate to Project Baseball so we can sponsor a team.
Oh, yeah. Please do.
We raised a lot of money last week. Let's check. We got
I have it pulled up.
check how much we got.
210.
210 beans from the squad. Thank you guys for donations.
It's nice, but we can do better.
We're going to keep trying our best, boys. Please. We're going to get gear for the kids who need it so they can play baseball and love the great game of baseball. And hopefully we can get our own squad. That's the goal. But the goal is to really just help the little ballers ball out. Because nothing is better than balling out with your bros, especially when you're a little one. And I advise everybody to ball out with your bros. And ball out on the donations and ball out on the like and subscribe button. If you can. And other than that, I guess we'll see you next week. Unless you guys don't want to do it next week. What do you think?
You think last episode?
I say we make a decision after we record.
Let's give them one more episode, and if it doesn't go well, we maybe quit. We become like a WWE podcast.
We could do WWE or World Cup. World Cup. We'll just do World Cup.
World Cup podcast.
We're going to do World Cup episode next week. USA is going to win. That's my prediction. See, let's do a World Cup preview right now. Let's just start it right now. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup, Jack?
The USA, baby.
Mitch, what do you think?
I mean, I can't even think of.
Yeah, I don't even know what teams are
What
good.
do you mean?
I'm going to say the team, like, I'll be like Germany, and then Germany's, for some stupid reason, isn't in the World
It
Cup.
probably isn't. If you're trying to be safe, if you don't know and you're just going to guess, they should be speaking Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish people are usually in the World Cup. What about the NBA Finals?
I mean, I want the Knicks to win. I think that's fun. It's fun. It'll be fun to watch the Knicks win.
What about the Spurs?
No, nobody cares. The New York like needs this. You know, I'm supporting that. That's fun.
New York needs this.
I don't think New York has ever needed a championship. I think the one year that you could argue that they needed a championship, they lost to the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, 9/11. Remember that?
9/11 or this game?
Not in 2001. It proved that baseball was not rigged because the Diamondbacks beat the Yankees in the World Series.
Yeah, that's fucked.
But the Knicks haven't won in like 1,000 years, right? And I don't think, when was the last time New York won a
I think
championship?
the Knicks might have won in like 84 or something like that.
I do think New York is on like a 13-year
Since
championship.
2009? The Yankees? Who else would have? Oh, the Giants against Tom Brady. It's got to be the Giants, right? 2000. That was
2011.
2011. Then Plaxico Burress shot himself in the club.
But doesn't one of the New York soccer teams have a championship?
Yeah,
the Red
Mitchell.
Bull?
That counts. Shut the fuck up, dude.
We talk about the World Cup and
Well,
Make predictions.
how's the softball team doing? Blaze?
they start this week.
So this is what you're doing now? You're a big fan?
You know, I'm from North Carolina. They're playing in Durham I may as well bandwagon.
What is the so there's a professional.
So it's Athletes Unlimited Softball League. They started last year, and it's professional softball.
And did you watch any of the college softball World Series?
Nope.
You're just skipping to the
Skipping to the pros.
The pros.
I mean, I don't watch college baseball either.
College softball's lit. They had a crazy Texas Tech.
I did watch some of the John Boy clips for like Texas Tech and UCLA.
What was that?
Nothing.
You did a Millie Rock over there.
I don't know what that means.
Texas Tech Red Raiders, dude, and they had Jason Williams, White Chocolate. His daughter was in it, and they were beefing with the team. It was fucking pretty cool. But yeah, shout out to the Blaze, Mitchell's favorite squad. I haven't picked my squad yet for the softball season, but so if any of them want to pay me,
Yeah, you don't even have to pay for my lodging. Just pay for my tickets and whatever, and I'll be there.
no, I don't want to. I mean, I want to go, but I don't need to go. I just need them to pay me so I can say that my favorite team.
Oh, you just need a team to pay.
Yeah, if none of them pay me, then I got to pick a team of my own. But if one team pays me, I've got to pick that team. It's only fair. So I could be bought.
I've never actually thought about fandom that way. I don't know. I guess I could be bought.
You're a Blaze fan, brother. You already bought in.
Picked a team for free. I didn't even think I could have been bought out.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace and love and peace and health. Bye-bye.